Good to hear from you there on the sideline this afternoon. A very warm welcome to Tyrone GA TV. It is, of course, the Connollys of Moy Tyrone Senior Football Championship, the 106th edition of the Tyrone Senior Football Championship this afternoon. There's been 24 different winners, but there'll be a familiar name on the cup come 5 o'clock this evening. The O'Neill Cup, of course, as it is. First presented way back in 1927. There's been a few winners along the road since that, and a man beside me is well aware of that. I don't think you've won yourself, Paddy, though, but Paddy Talley, of course, the current assistant there in Kerry, very much a stalwart of Tyrone GA, joins us this afternoon. Paddy, it's a big occasion, first of all, isn't it?
Oh, it's fantastic, Paddy. And listen, it's great to be here, and we're really looking forward to a game of probably two of the most traditional championship teams we've had in Tyrone, especially this last number of years. Trillick are steeped in history and have won recent championships, and we have Errigal Ciaran, who are nearly thereabouts on an annual basis. So looking forward to the game. And I think maybe if there's two teams that have sort of picked their way to run to get to the county final, I have to say that both Errigal and Trillick have done this very, very well. Both teams started off the championship. If you remember, the very first championship night here was Killyclogher versus Errigal, in a game that neither of the two teams impressed an awful lot. Errigal did nothing across the line, and Trillick had their first game out against Loch Macrory, where they just scraped through on a penalty shootout, and both teams find themselves now competing to win the O'Neill Cup today. So teams they've really geared themselves right to come at this right moment, and when you look at them going around the parade now, you look at the athleticism of two young teams, lots of really good players braced with talent that have played for Tyrone at different age levels as well. So really looking forward to today's match, and I think it'll be a very, very tight game.
As the parade goes on, we'll take a look at the teams this afternoon here at O'Neill's Healy Park. It is, of course, as we said, the Connollys of Moy Tyrone Senior Football Championship. We will start with, I think it's the Trillick team up first for us here. And looking at first of all, the management team, Jody Gormley, Peter McGinley, need no introduction. Jody will talk for 10 minutes and tell you nothing, and that's the sign of a good manager. Team, no changes were told at this stage, but you never know what goes in managers' heads before the throw-in. But as the teams parade around Healy Park, it looks like there's going to be no changes. Joe Maguire in goal, Stevie O'Donnell, Peter McCaughey and Daly Tunney on the full back line. Shawnee O'Donnell, Rory Brennan, of course, the captain of Fornia of the Trillick side, the 29-year-old. He was number 6. And Derek Gallagher, he comes in at number 7. Richie Donnelly, Liam Gray in the midfield partnership there with Kieran Daly. Niall Donnelly, the 40-year-old, of course, needs no introduction. And Ryan Gray there at number 12. Kieran, of course, making his first appearance in a championship final this afternoon. Daniel Donnelly, Lee Brennan, 13 points in the championship so far this season, and James Gardy there make up the Trillick side. An experienced look about that side, a couple of new faces, and plenty. I think there's 14 in the squad that won the O'Neill Cup back in 2019, so they know how to win games, they know how to win finals. Yeah,
and if you look at that Trillick team, what's impressed me so far this season is the Trillick half back line. Shawnee O'Donnell, Rory Brennan and Derek Gallagher have been outstanding. Every match they've played so far, and these boys actually haven't played nearly in the half back line at the time. They've been given roles to mark men man to man, like the last game where Derek Gallagher was put in to play in the full back line to do a man marking job and Paul Downey for periods of the game. Rory Brennan dropped off against again and played a very effective role as a sweeper, and Shawnee O'Donnell has been lighting up and lightened up the goal in the last match. So strong across the half back line. Richie Donnelly's really become a very good leader in the middle of the field, played very well the last match out. And then up front you have Ryan Gray, complemented by his brother in the middle of the field, and you have a very prolific scorer in Lee Brennan. Nice Trillick team.
Absolutely. Well, the Errigal Ciaran team, of course, who top scorers in the championship of 443 this year. Their full forward line very, very impressive, but they start with Dara McAnally in goals. Dara, of course, scored the first point of the Senior Football Championship here this season. A point from play, incidentally, against Killyclogher. Cormac Quinn's number 2. Aidan McCrory, 35 years of age, got a goal, of course, in the championship so far this season, whereas number 3. And Dermot Morrow was in at number 4. Number 5 is Ben McDonald, Kieran Quinn and Peter Old McCartan. Well, there's no need for introductions for the midfield partnership of Peter Hart and Joe O'Goose. Joe O'Goose Muller, of course, part of the successful Errigal Ciaran squad that won the Tyrone Ladies Championship recently as well. Peter O'Hanlon, Thomas Canavan and Mark Kavanagh are on the half-forward line. Mark, of course, trying to emulate his father with a back-to-back Tyrone Championship as father Eamon, of course, cultured left-footed player and talented man. Porrick Trainer at number 13, Dara Canavan at 14 and Rory Canavan at 15. 9 points for Dara Canavan and 1-6 for Rory so far in the championship campaign. Good side, quality side.
Yeah, and absolutely. And the thing that probably people overlook is that Errigal Ciaran have only conceded 20 points in 3 championship matches, and that says an awful lot for what they're doing. Oh, they scored 443, which is right at the top of the charts, but only conceded 20, which is averaging less than 8 points a game. You know, really, really tight, defensively solid, and you know, with a sprinkling of talent and the potential to score.
Absolutely. We're going to have a minute's silence, of course, and I would say it's for all members of the deceased family of the Tyrone GA, but also Jerry Shep Donnelly, a 5-time O'Neill Cup winner, of course, with the Trillick side. He was a sub in 74 and 75 and won again in 1980, 83 and 86. And of course also, apart from being a footballer, he's a very talented researcher, of course, as well, and helped late Joe Martin bring together the Tyrone GA book from 1984. We will now have a run of in here at O'Neill City Park with Cara Rose Brogan from the Greencastle Club. Rendition of the national anthem here. We're about to get started. The referee this afternoon, incidentally, Cathal Bell from the Arbroath Club, a chairman of the Arbroath Club, of course, and a former player and manager of the side. Started refereeing at this level in 2010, and of course refereed the Intermediate Football Championship final last year. So plenty of experience around his support team as well. Shane Meehan, the linesman, Jerome McElroy on the line, Cathal McCrory. Cathal Forbes, of course, you'd say as the referee. Cathal McCrory is the fourth official, and the umpires today, Martin Coney, Mickey McCann, Niall Conlon and John McCann. We're ready to get going here. So Cathal Forbes, as we said, match official, about to get going here at O'Neill City Park. Okay, for this Tyrone Football Championship encounter. Final call to you, Paddy. You go either way. Have you a favourite there? Has anyone jumped out at you?
Not really, Paddy. I think this will be a really tight game. Probably on the balance of power, Errigal are coming in with slight favourites because of the fact they've been scoring so much and defensively so solid. If they reproduce that type of performance, they can get over the line. But don't bet against a Trillick team that have lots to play for today. A highly motivated group of players, well organised. I think a very tight game, and I think this game, it could go a point either way.
Matty Donnelly in your shot there, of course, the knee still heavily strapped. One of two players in this Trillick side, of course, who have picked up serious injuries, Michael Gallagher and Matty, the two men. Cathal about to get proceedings underway for the 2023 edition of the Tyrone Senior Football Championship, the Connollys of Moy Senior Football Championship. No team have won it back-to-back since Carrickmore in 2005. Will it be Errigal Ciaran today? First played for in 1904. This is today's edition. The ball's one round the middle of the park already. Donnelly puts it through to Ryan Gray. Options in front of Ryan Gray. It's a probing ball into the corner, trying to get Gardy away. Trillick, of course, in those black armbands today in memory of Jerry Shep Donnelly, a 5-time winner. Errigal handling the situation pretty eagerly there, and McEnany getting it out on that far side to Peter O'Hanlon. O'Hanlon has limited options, but decides to put it out that far side, and Trillick move the ball, or Errigal move the ball up the side, but it's easily intercepted by Daniel Donnelly. Donnelly gets it to full back Peter McGahey. And then moves it out that far side once again. Nice piece of play there from Lee Brennan deep inside his own half still, but usually traversing up the park to get in support of the attack with Rory Brennan laying it out this near side to Shawnee O'Donnell. O'Donnell takes a touch back, and it will go the whole way back then over the halfway line once again. Regrouping quickly there, Paddy.
Yeah, just with the way Errigal playing here at the moment, just dropping them behind the halfway line, settling the game down, and Trillick are just more than happy to do this. They'll prompt and they'll probe, and they'll look for an opening and potentially get a score. A couple of interesting matchup at the start. Simon Gardy seems to be picked up here by Cormac Quinn, and likewise back in here where Mark Kavanagh has went to centre half forward, picked up by Rory Brennan. So a bit of movement about in positions. Still early days, still sort of find each other out here at the moment.
Richie Donnelly doing well there. Good turn pass to Stevie O'Donnell, takes the return out that far side. Still work to be done from Donnelly. Takes a touch, 2 men around him. And Errigal's number 5, McDonald, gets a touch onto it. Challenge comes in from Porrick Twinner as well and goes out that far side. As it went out over the line, no. Referee and linesman, umpire, and everybody keeping a close watch over in that far corner. In front of that pack stand. And remarkably, a pitch in superb condition considering the amount of rain we had here last night as Pomeroy got their hands on the Paddy Cullen Cup and Intermediate Football Championship. An opportunity for Lee Brennan, perhaps within range, certainly on the sideline, and probably trying to engineer something here, steadying himself up to put the shot in. It is short, and say to James Gardy, back out to Brennan on that far side, 20 metres out, but very tight angle. Donnelly and him combining. Brennan from distance, dropping it in, and it's the first wide of the afternoon. Pressure put on him immediately, Paddy.
Yeah, and Lee did pretty well there. He took a return pass, came in the loop, but you have to give it to the Errigal defenders there, right on his toe. Just forced him to overcut the shot. But a good interesting start. Nice legged bit of football in the far corner there. Ball hard won by, and we're setting up for a nice game.
McAnally with a kick out. It's a long one out. This intercepted well round the centre of the park, picked up by Gardy, and Gardy drives forward. Nice inside pass. Thought about the return there to Kieran Daly, and Donnelly involved. Back out to the far side. Distance dropping in. And it is the first score of this year's Tyrone Senior Football Championship final. Popped over the bar from James Gardy. Good score.
Yes, and well done by Niall Donnelly there. Just took the pass, just delayed, waited for the run, laid the ball off to Kieran Daly, who popped it off to was to James Gardy, put the ball over the bar. Excellent score, and Trillick will be delighted with that start. And a case came from a kick out where Dara wasn't able to find his man, and Kieran Daly intercepted it and started off the chance for a score.
The breeze we haven't mentioned, Paddy, it seems to be swirling around a wee bit. I don't know who's really advantage it is at the minute, but looking out the flags are swirling all around the place there.
It's a bit like last night where it was hard to read where the breeze going to go, but I think if there's anything here, Trillick may have the advantage in the first half. McAnally,
the kick out round the middle again, it's broke down again. Errigal have to do a bit of defending here as the ball goes back to O'Donnell, and the county squad of course as well recently, and doing well for himself. A couple of young faces there for the Tyrone management to keep an eye on as this game progresses. Nice ball to McGahey, driving forward, being closed down well by Mark Kavanagh. Bit of pressure put on him, back to Gardy. Thought about the shot for a split second, gets it inside to Liam Gray. Liam Gray hits it Gary Owen style up into the air. It's going to go way out that far side. McAnally takes it. Bit of swagger about him as he takes possession of the ball. As we said earlier on, scored that first point of the senior championship this year. A few goalkeepers can claim that's for sure. This is with Peter Hart. Back into the centre once again, and to Errigal going to build here from the back with Porrick Twinner in it out that far side, and Peter O'McCartan taking it away there, the 24-year-old. Back to the veteran there, McCrory. He needs no introduction. He likes to go forward too, Paddy, doesn't he?
He does, and I'm just interested to see one of those who Errigal have done this a few times this year. They're really putting Shawnee down on the back foot. Dermot Morrow, who's lined at a cornerback number 4, is now playing right inside as an inside forward here. And obviously the thing is keep Shawnee down defensively, right? Keep him deep. Now, do Trillick allow this to happen for the rest of the game, or do they move that around? Shawnee's too good a player to be ending most of his game back in cornerback, where he wants to be attacking, influencing the attack and play for Trillick.
McCrory doing well there to get the ball into an attacking position once again. Dara Canavan picks it up and lays it out that far side for the goalkeeper. 45 metres out. Thought about the shot for a split second and then puts it back again. There's a real men getting behind the ball. I think everybody's behind the ball. Everybody's almost onside the 45 metre line at this stage, as McAnally goes down that far side once again. The estate agent. Nice play to Peter O'McCartan. Plenty of support around him though. Again, nice ball inside. There's still an opportunity. There's plenty of movement around that Errigal attack unit as well. The defenders in there, 3 or 4 in there. It's a real loose ball. The referee almost gets involved there, and Trillick break forward here with a chance here with Brennan. Out this left hand side to Ciaran Daly. Ciaran Daly's playing runners in front of him if he looks up, but decides to go it alone. Still in possession of the ball. Puts it out that far side to Brennan. Brennan thought about the shot once again, gets it back to Daly from distance. It's going to drop in, and that has went over the bar.
Yeah, access score from Ciaran Daly. Very good play from the Trillick defence, closed up the spaces, forced Errigal Ciaran on to multiple tackle and took the ball in the break. There was a chance for them to move the ball a bit earlier, possibly for a goal opportunity, but they were patient. There was nothing definitely on. They just worked the ball, and Ciaran Daly took a great score of his left foot, and that's really good for Ciaran. That'll give him a great lift to start of this match.
Donna Finner out there just checking on the fitness of the number 4, Dermot Morrow. He seems to be okay though, and back onto his feet once again. Kick out from Dara McAninley out this near side. Decides to take it short on this occasion, then puts it out this near side. Back to McAninley once again, and McAninley takes possession of the ball. Couple of touches and then drives back out the park once again, and promising so far. He likes to go forward and likes to roll forward. He's done that a couple of times so far. The ball now with McCrory out that far side once again, and a bit of a lucky touch there. Brennan challenging for the ball there with Joe Goose, and the ball has went out over the line on that far side.
I think it's a free. Yeah, 45, Paddy.
Has it went out that far?
Yeah.
And I just wonder what the referee was going to do there. He's hesitant for a moment there. Peter McGinnity and Jody Gormley in conversation there. McGinnity and Gormley need no introduction, of course, to the big occasion, as I said to Jody earlier on in the wee pre-match preview. 45, an opportunity here. Certainly tight enough angle there for Rory Canavan.
Yeah, and even with the angle and maybe kicking into the breeze, it's a big kick here for Rory for his first 45. I'd be surprised if he doesn't go short here. I'd imagine Errigal will try and work something.
Jerome having a wee word with them there. Mark Hart and Ian O'Donnell have been around the block, these two. They know what it's like to play on big occasions as well. Ray Canavan stepping up, decides to drop it in, decides to go for it, hasn't got the angle right, and umpires indicate it's the first wide of the afternoon. We've played almost 9 minutes here of the Connollys of Moy Tyrone Senior Football Championship. Joe Maguire to kick out away to the right hand side, decides to go long, tries to find someone down this near side, but it's broke round the middle of the park, and an opportunity here for Joe Goose driving forward. O'Goose pulls it out to the right. It's a shot in, it's going to drop in, and it's going to drop over the bar, and that all stemmed from the kick out. Probably not working for him.
Yeah, it just hung in the air for Joe. He tacked the ball really well, followed up his own break, strong run, made himself a few yards, took his balance, and put the ball over the bar. Really, you know, what Errigal are doing, they're repressing the Trillick kick here. They're zoning off, they're putting a lot of pressure on. So Joe Maguire's going to have to work extremely hard here to try and pick out one of his own men.
Maguire stepping up once again, hits it out this right hand side. They're still working, wasn't won cleanly there from a Trillick point of view, but Porrick Twinner done very well to take possession of the ball, gets it out to McCartan, and Trillick going the defensive again here as Errigal Ciaran pick it up on that far side, ball in through the centre. 4 Trillick men around him. It's like a rugby scrum there. Too long, says the referee, and despite the arguments of some of the of Tommy Canavan there, the skipper of Trillick, well, this will be a free out.
Yeah, I think Dara went to ground there and he won the ball. He must have got a bit of a knock on the head. He didn't really move, and Cathal Forrest blew him up for over carrying the ball. It's really to be delighted with the way they started, even the fact this is the second time they'll be able to do this to an inside forward on the Errigal team. And they're not really giving them any room or space to make anything off the ball in that middle area.
Absolutely, ball out that far side. Play resumes here after just 10.5 minutes almost. And Trillick on the offensive here. Patient in their build up there with Gallagher. The referee has seen someone further up the park and will give the free further up.
Yes, a free. It's actually a free out there, Paddy.
He must have seen something there.
Yeah, a slight pull of the jersey off the ball, and now Errigal have been able to build their own attack.
Certainly out of our view as we were watching the play develop, but referee up with the play, keeping an eye on things. And Trillick have to defend here as Ben McDonald drives forward. Nice pass inside, an opportunity here. Canavan lays it back out again. And all of a sudden there's a wee bit more potency about this attack as that long ball comes in. And that one curls to the right and wide. Very evenly matched side so far, Paddy. Nothing between them really.
Nothing really. And as I said, I think this is the way the nature of this game is going to be. Both teams have a lot of talent and have a lot of really good football ability. And it really will come down to who can even take their chances, in the game, I guess. But it's setting itself up for a lovely county final. County
finals don't come along that often, as both managers have said, but certainly 2019 Trillick won it last, beating the final in 2020. Errigal won it last year, defending champions. Not an easy task, of course. Carrickmore the last, as we said, in 2005 to do that. But they're certainly much determined to try and better that this year. Canavan, first opportunity perhaps for him to get an angle on goal, but decides to lay it back once again. And all of a sudden we're back to pedestrian pace once again. Certainly not championship pace. There's a long way to go in this one as Dar McAnally picks it up, gets it out to Joe Goose. Point score, 10 minutes. Back it comes to McAnally. He might have a go here himself. 64 metres out. And puts the angled pass out to the far side to McCrory. Scored a goal in the championship this year, McCrory. That coming and in the game against Arbo, very one-sided encounter that proved to be, and as Mark Hart pointed out to me, done him no good whatsoever. Back it comes to back to McAnally, looking for it here through the centre. I thought it was going the whole way back to him there. Now he picks it up 60 odd metres out. Looks to see his options on. It's at times very pedestrian, isn't it, Paddy?
It is, and it's quite it's really tactical. You can see here that Daniel Donnelly has come back from corner forward. He's wearing number 13. He's marking Rory Canavan. At corner back, you can see Stevie O'Donnell is marking his cousin Darry Canavan. So there's Dermot Morrow's playing like a full forward, where he's bringing Stevie Shawnee O'Donnell up the field.
Good bit of defending there for Mark Kavanagh. Gets a final touch onto it, of course, and a real tussle over there.
Yeah.
Referee Cahill Forbes on top of it. Mark Kavanagh, of course, in search of back-to-back titles. His father, Eamon, of course, as we said earlier on, he had 5 titles to his name, and he done well there to get in there in the position. But that said, Errigal had possession of the ball before that, and they coughed it up. So it goes back to Joe Maguire, 28-year-old, winner last year, of course. And they're campaigning the championship. Penalties against Loch McCrory, 1 point against Eden Dork, 5 points against Dungannon. A few people expect them to be in county final day to be here at O'Neill Sealy Park, but here they are, and good value for it so far. Gray lays it back. Touch from Donnelly. Looks up to see his options on. His options are limited because again the Errigal defence closing ranks, getting everyone back behind the ball. It's very much the way the concept of this game is this afternoon. Back to Brennan on the far side. It's very much everybody retreats behind the ball again, Paddy.
There's an appreciation of the danger in both forward lines, Paddy, put that way. Both teams are well aware of it.
Ball out that far side to Gallagher. And that one curls in, and that one curls wide again. Mark Hart happy with what he's seen there. Showing a bit of encouragement across there.
I would say at this stage, Paddy, it's now just they're trying to get to know each other. There's 15 minutes nearly gone in the game. Both teams are sort of weighing each other up where the threat's coming from, and you can see the tactical game from both sides. Imagine this is the way the game's going to pan itself out. We're not going to have a very high scoring game by the looks of things. Absolutely not, when you consider that Errigal have scored 443 in the championship this year. But the big factor, I suppose, that they conceded only 20 points, no goals. That's a massive undertaking for any team. Kieran Quinn, the joiner, takes possession of the ball, and again the crossfield passing, a key to this encounter. Thomas Canavan out that far side to Dermot Morrow, and again Errigal with Peter Hart coming forward, being challenging. Nice ball outside, an opportunity here from distance. That was curled in, and another one goes wide. That's a wide count of 3-2 at this stage. I think just Tommy Canavan caught on his right foot there. If Tommy had come on the other side, nearly guaranteed being a score. Just the shot didn't come off, but again, it's just to come back to the pressure. Trillick are playing there too. They're leaving it right little space in the middle.
Gardy digging in there to try and take possession of the ball in his own half, and now he's made good ground down this left hand side, the terrace side here to O'Neill Sealy Park. Thought about the option then. Nice pass across that far side to Johnny O'Donnell. O'Donnell drops it and it drops short into the hands there of McAnally. McAnally's had plenty of touches so far in this game, but there's been no shots on target really at all as the ball's out that far side again to Ciaran Quinn. Ciaran Quinn tries to go down that side, very very tight over there, but nice passage of play from his point of view. Dara Canavan, it's all about closing in, tries to get away. The challenge comes in from Donnelly. What a challenge it was to him. The referee allows the play to go on, and Brennan's getting away with it here. Lee Brennan has got options. He's got support there from Liam Gray. Gives it to Gray, takes the return 45 metres out, steadies himself and then gets it back again to Gray, the 23-year-old. All the youngsters on this side. Out that far side to Johnny O'Donnell. Settled well into the task. He's been tracked back now though by Quinn. And then back to Gardy, who started it all down this left hand side. At times it's ponderous, at times it's tedious, but both sides really eking out the simplest of challenges or chances that they're going to be few and far between by the looks of things.
Yeah, and the free kicks are few and far between as well. I don't think we'll have another free kick yet inside the scoring zone. So both those defences and both teams are very disciplined, and they know they're not to give away free kicks because there's prolific free kickers on both sides of the field.
So Trillick only conceded 2 goals in the championship this year as well, so they are pretty mean-spirited as well. They've conceded 32 points, but still mean-spirited. There's no doubt about that there. Ball to Donnelly. The referee calls it back. It was a challenge off the ball. Down below us, it will be a free now, certainly from a scoreable range. Brandon, I think it was, went down there under the challenge.
I think that, to be honest with you, I imagine they're slightly disappointed there. That ball's taken back. So like we're in a really good advanced position for a free kick, and the referee called the free back to beyond the 45 when they'd broken the line and they were away. And so it's by no means a gimme at any stage here. This is a tough kick. This is a good 47 metres out, slightly to the left of the goals. But Lee Brannan's been very good at these kicks so far this season. Absolutely,
13 points he has scored. Interesting spectators in the stand. I see Mark Lawrence sitting up watching this one. A strong Errigal Ciaran man, and that's a joy of the GA. You can be refereeing a team one night and then out supporting your club the next. Ball in, opportunity, it's going to drop, and it drops over the bar.
Fantastic kick from Lee Brannan.
Yeah, and well, that leaves it 3 points to 1. And I suppose you could say despite all the ball they've had, it's very low scoring, ponderous at times. 19 minutes almost played already. Paddy, was remarkable, isn't it?
Yeah, and this is interesting here where Trillick had an opportunity to press up on the kick. They let Errigal take the ball, and it's a bit strange that we'll have a chance to force an issue in the middle of the field, but they feel as if maybe defensively they're solid here and they're happy enough to sit back and absorb the Errigal attack.
I think it's fair to say both defences are very, very confident and very, very assured so far in this contest. Peter Og-McCartan there puts it out this right hand side to Peter O'Hanlon. O'Hanlon again into the centre, and again it's as you were. Everyone behind the ball once again. Back out that far side to O'Hanlon.
Yeah, and just seeing here in the middle of the field, you have Dara on the ball, you have Rory on the ball, and they're all 45 metres out.
Goes from distance, and Dara Canavan hits this one wide. The option there perhaps of laying it off once again, but he did just go for the score there. Has he been maybe thinking to himself, somebody's going to have to take this game to the scruff of the neck?
Yeah, and maybe it's just they've been forced at the moment because they're not getting any space inside, but they're coming very deep, and maybe Errigal's more prolific forwards or further out the field, where Trillick may seem to be a bit more space up front here at the moment.
We could be in for a hefty share here. Ryan Gray, clouds rolling in, but some great tackling in there from both sides. Ball looked to be lifted to the ground. The referee lets it go and lets the play go on, with Peter Hart taking possession and then laying it back again. And all of a sudden there's a wee bit more urgency about both sides as the crowd's starting to lift a wee bit as well. But back it goes to Kavanagh, and he takes a return pass once again out that far side to Ciaran Quinn. Quinn going forward, looks up to see his other options. Only decides has to come back in himself somewhat once again, and well, it's very, very it's very, very pensive stuff at times. McAnally makes a run forward and takes possession of the ball over the halfway line to look to see if there are options around. Decides to continue his run up his right hand side as he releases the ball out the far side then to Peter O'McCartan and turn into Joe Goose. Pointing the board so far for O'Goose. Again back to Canavan. Again back to Lurie Canavan. The two students combining there.
It's going to take something special to get a score here, but looks at things, Paddy. Rory Brennan's planted himself right as a sweeper in front of the arc, which basically means that you're going to have to shot shots from outside.
Well, there's a long range effort coming in now. It's going to drop short. Goal chance for him, or point chance rather, and it hasn't over the bar.
Yeah, and it was going to take something like that. There was no other option, and that was Cormac Quinn coming up from corner back, and he had to have a go at it. You know, the scores are going to be very hard to come by here today, the way things are sitting up. But that was an excellent score from Cormac. And
that's just the second point in the championship this year, but it's an important score, Paddy. Certainly an important score. 3 points to 2. The ball breaks right in the middle of the park, and Errigal have possession of it here once again. Back inside to Hart. Opportunity here on the right hand side. Kavanagh pushes across and it's over the bar. And it's just pushed over the bar. It was potentially a goal opportunity. The referee is going in to deal with something there to the right hand side. There was a wee bit of afters there perhaps. The ball did come across. We'll see the replay now. Good work from Peter Hart down this right hand side. Lee breaking out now as well. Out to Kavanagh on this right hand side. He tried to punch it over the bar and in turn did, but there was a couple of men come in and a wee bit of pushing and shoving going on. Referee's dealing with it though, and it's a point.
Yeah, and I think he actually was trying to put the ball across the line for a goal opportunity, but it went over the bar. But listen, and that came again off the Trillick kick out, not finding one of their own men. Errigal broke and got an equalising score. So here it's 3-all. Errigal will be delighted with the last 2 scores.
The referee's in conversation with his linesman on this near side. Obviously contemplating something here. He's looking for somebody. He's on his way out now, Cal Forbes. He had a word down this near side with Shane Meenan. It's Peter Hart he's going to have a talk to. 23 minutes. It's a yellow card. Nothing more, nothing less. And just needs to be a wee bit careful now. Paddy, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's an experienced player. He's been around the block a few times and he's lifted a few yellow cards, so I'm sure he knows how to play that part of the game.
And the ball won down this near side once again. He just needs to be careful of that yellow card. Back it comes to Derek Gallagher. And a flare thrown onto the park, and there was a lot of talk about that over the past couple of days from both clubs. So interested to see there'll be a few problems with that, but play continues up at the other end of the park. Back with Niall Donnelly. Again, promising from a Trillick point of view. Can they get the pass inside? The pass does come inside to Liam Gray. 3 men around him, 4 men around him. Gets the shot away still, but it goes out that far side. Joe Goose there mops it up and clears his lines.
Excellent defensive play from Errigal Ciaran. Liam Gray went through a pace on the ball, but just good pressure, didn't foul, stood the man up, and again goes back to the point. There hasn't been a free kick so far from conceded from either of the two teams.
Yeah, inside the 45.
Yeah, really disciplined defence on both sides.
And well, the play continues with Peter Hart. Picked up a card a few moments ago, not worry him too much. Out that far side, Joe Goose takes it forward. The tall Joe Goose in front of his own bench there. He's been challenged, he's been harassed by Shawnee O'Donnell there. Mark Hart not happy with that. You can see from the expression there, it will be a free, and Canavan takes it inside. Gives the return pass, too much for Rory Canavan though. And Trillick break out down through the centre here once again. Challenge comes in from Donnelly. Takes possession of the ball and then gets it to Shawnee O'Donnell. Shawnee O'Donnell's got company. Decides to go it alone. No. Steadies himself. Gets away. Gets the shot away on the right hand side. And that is an excellent effort. And that is an excellent score.
Brilliant score from Shawnee O'Donnell. You could see the break, the fast break. Trillick went in numbers. Players got ahead of the ball. Errigal defenders were chasing back, but they're back to the goals. They were trying to get back to cover the space, and Shawnee had the awareness just to keep his balance, put the ball over the bar, and put Trillick back at their 1 point lead. Kick
out isn't a great one out there. It's a bit of work for Kavanagh. It will go over the line, will it? It hasn't been kept in play.
It's been kept in, yeah.
It has. That's remarkable because it looked like it was going out the whole way there, and still kept in play down below us there. On that far side, good work from Gilly Tunney. Tunney inside to Donnelly. And then Donnelly gets the release down this side. The challenge comes in there on Stevie O'Donnell, and will be a free out. And Lee Brennan in there, or James Garrity working with Brennan, and they're really trying to move the ball away with a bit of pace.
You have to be very impressed with the way Trillick are playing here at the moment. They look very, very composed at the back. They look to have their game in place here at the moment. They're prepared to play in the break, and they're really confident in the fact their defensive system are able to hold their Errigal forwards.
Gallagher does well, gets the ball to Garrity. The shot comes in.
Score.
It's a tight enough angle on it. And it's over the bar from Garrity.
Yeah.
A wee bit of appealing going on there. The referee's having a word too round the middle. Just look at that one again. It seemed to swerve out wide, but certainly it was stayed in.
I think it was definitely over the bar, and then it moved after beyond the post, but it looked from our angle, Paddy, it looked like a good score.
As the late Jackie Martin used to say, check the Irish News tomorrow for that one, but that certainly is over the bar. And a 5-2 advantage, 5-3 advantage for Trillick. Someone happened in the middle of the park as we were watching the play develop on the far side. There's a player down in the middle there. We'll wait to see what the situation is there with that. But the play is with Errigal Ciaran, picked up by Peter Hart. Hart steadies himself and gets away from his marker. Cuts inside again, and then has got support of Derek Canavan. Instead gets it to Morrow, and then instead comes across this whole way here to Peter McCartan, pointing the board so far in the championship. Thought about there for a split second, but it's very obvious that they want to get the ball to the key scorers in this contest, and there's one of them there, Rory Canavan. 160 scored in the championship, tries to get away from the marker again. A goal will be a massive score in this game today. You can already tell that's the way it's going. Back to Peter Hart, and Hart just takes a easy flowing solo, gets it out to McAnally on the far side, gets the shot in. McAnally from distance and hits this one well wide. Paddy.
Maybe things opened up for Dara there. He probably was looking to come off the left outside of his left foot and throw it into the breeze, but obviously undercut the ball and the ball went wide.
Brennan doing well in there. The ball up.
Extremely strong football.
Strong football.
Heavily tackled and still able to break the tackles, come out of the ball.
What a talented man this computer software engineer is. Such a hard worker. Dogged determination from him. Daniel Donnelly then gets it to Liam Gray. Gray out this near side to us to Daly Tunney. Tunney in turn then to Lee Brennan. Brennan very far away from goal at this stage though. And back it comes here to Liam Gray. 29 minutes almost played in this first half. Time is flowing. Ryan Gray steadies himself and then tries to engineer something again, tries to find Garrity. Quinn's in there, goes to Garrity again. An opportunity here for Gary, cutting inside. Tries to get away from the marker, releases the pass out to the right hand side to Daly Tunney. Blocked down, still an opportunity. Shot comes in the second net! Turned in by Ciaran Daly. He finished it well. The initial shot came across. Garrity done so well. He released the ball out that right hand side. Play ball blocked down from Daly Tunney out to the right hand side. To be fair to Ciaran Daly, he found the net, and that's the first goal that Errigal have conceded this year.
Yeah, well done from Daly Tunney. He looked as if he had lost opportunity. He was on the ground, he picked the ball up, had the awareness to find Ciaran Daly. And listen, that's Ciaran Daly, a goal and a point in the county final for a young man. What a relief for him to get the score. But this, more importantly, it puts Trillick into a nice lead here, going into half time.
Yeah, it's remarkable the work rate they've shown, but that all stemmed from the work rate shown by Donnelly and Brennan in there in the back line, working doggedly hard to get the ball out once again. It's down this near side again. Shawnee O'Donnell breaking away from the number 7 there, Peter McCartan. 2 men coming across him. He goes to ground. It will be a scoreable free in this right hand side. And all of a sudden the gap is 1-5 to 3 points.
Yeah, and this is the first free kick inside the 45 and a half so far. If Trillick put this ball over the bar, it'll be really good work. For them, a 6-point lead into half time. They must be delighted with the way they're playing. Errigal will be frustrated the fact that they're not able to get scores, but Trillick's defence is so well organised. Their matchups are doing their job, and they have pace in that middle area, which is able to break at pace, and they're creating all sorts of trouble here for the Errigal defence. Martin
Sludden there, the Tyrone chairman who we heard from earlier on, taking his place in the stand. Who will he be presenting the O'Neill Cup to later on this afternoon? At this stage it's very much at least one hand at this stage in the hands of Trillick, but there's an awful long way to go in this one. Lee Brennan stepping up to hit this one. 14 points in the championship so far this season. He was steady himself, as he often does, that trademark wee run. He hits it, and it's going to drop short, and does drop short. From a Trillick point of view, they'll not be happy with that as the ball comes across this near side to Aidan McCrory. There's work to be done by Errigal Ciaran here, Paddy.
Definitely is, and I think they want to get a score here before the half if there's possibility. But Trillick look more than comfortable here. As I said, the matchups are going well. Dara Gallagher's picking up Dara Canavan at the moment, and Dara's getting very little opportunity. But just in saying that, he gets the first chance.
Yeah, and it's going to corner. It's not away yet. It's blocked down, and it's cleared eventually there. Again, Richie or Rory Brennan in there. And this is a half-time whistle. One man who won't be happy with the half-time score, Kieran McAleer up there in the Royal Victoria Hospital. His brother Connor, of course, in the squad today. But there's a long way to go, Kieran. Don't panic just yet. There's still a long way to go here for Errigal Ciaran, isn't there? But as it stands, it's very much Trillick in the driving seat.
They are. Trillick's game plan is going exactly the way they wanted. The game with the first 15 minutes was cagey, kept it low scoring. They've got their matchups right, which is so important. So far in the game, the players that Errigal really need to get on the ball to get scores have been held scoreless, and Trillick are able to play the game on the break. And what's happening, what Errigal haven't faced so far this year is now they have to come from behind, and they're going to have to come behind from a team that scored a goal against them.
Both sets of teams are out in the park and have decided who's going to go in first. That's interesting on its own.
Yeah.
Looking there to see, of course, in the final in 2019 when Trillick beat Errigal Ciaran, it was 12 points to 2-4. Low scoring again from Errigal Ciaran that day. And when Errigal Ciaran won it last year, 211 to 112, they threw caution to the one perhaps in the second half in that one. It's a long way to go in this yet, but you'd need to see something very quickly from Errigal Ciaran, wouldn't you?
I think they will, Annie, and I think they will make changes. They're playing a strange one at the minute where they're playing Darren McMorrow to cornerback and Sean O'Donnell to curb his influence, but Sean O'Donnell's actually doing a lot of harm in the front foot now, so they have to decide what to do. Do they still persist with that, or do they put somebody on to Sean O'Donnell who's going to test him defensively? Because the minute he's not getting any defensive test, he's able to do what he wants in the attack. Apart from that, there is Errigal, or with Rory Brennan sitting back as a sweeper, Errigal are allowing him sweep in front of the men. They haven't pushed anybody up onto Rory Brennan to test him. So that'll be, if they don't do something like that, Rory Brennan could quite comfortably keep this Errigal attack very low scoring for the rest of the match. So they're going to have to make a few changes here. They can't let this game go much further away, or else it'll go too far away. And they've only scored 3 here in the first half. They really would need scores early in the second half to bring themselves into the game.
There's a man yawning in the stand. It's not that boring, I have to say. It's been a good, entertaining game. It's been a hard, at times tedious, but it's been a hard game of football. Very, very tactical, Paddy, hasn't it?
It has, aye. And at the minute, I would say Trillick have won the tactical battle. They've got their matchups right. They've got their system right. They've made that move of bringing Daniel Donnelly back into Mark Rory Canavan. I don't think anybody saw that one coming. We were thinking, who's going to make Mark Rory? They've brought a corner forward back, but Daniel is quick, smart, and he's good in the ball. He's been very good for Trillick all season, playing as a sort of a roving half forward, third midfielder type of player. But to come out here at the minute and to do a job in Rory Canavan, it's a massive play in the game, but it's been the right one so far. But it's afforded them the luxury of then playing Rory Brennan as a sweeper, and Rory's performance against Dungannon was outstanding in the sweeping role, and today's doing the same thing again. Tactically, Trillick have it right here at the moment. It's going to ask questions if Canary will come up with something different.
It is, of course, the Connollys of Moy Tyrone Senior Football Championship. It's finally poised. We're going to see our bow coming out here now. Maybe we'll even keep the camera rolling just to see that if they're coming out or whatever. But that's the team, of course, that won the championship 25 years ago against Omas and Enders. Pal, you remember that one?
I do remember it well. It was a strange thing because Omar well on top on that game, if you remember. We're going really well.
An injury to Kieran McBride, I think, wasn't that right?
I think Kieran got an injury in that game, but they also was a young Brian McGuigan come on the pitch that day, and I think he was a minor. I think they won the minors that year too. They won the double. But I remember Brian McGuigan coming on at under 18 and had a stormer in the second half of that match. Well,
no word of them coming out yet. We will take a quick break here in the Connollys of Moy Senior Football Championship. It is Trillick 1 goal and 5 points. Errigal Ciaran, the reigning champions, 3 points. A lot of work to be done in the second half. Please do join us again here on Tyrone GA TV in association with Connollys of Moy. Really Park, and it's the Connollys of Moy Tyrone Senior Football Championship. Errigal Ciaran must have got a bit of a rocket in there because they're back out onto the park pretty early. We had the Arbo 25-year team just leaving the park, just walking across there now, back into the stand. It gives an opportunity before we get the action going again to thank everybody from the Mac AV crew who have covered the games this year. Certainly your key components today. Damien, Paddy, Conrad and Liam on cameras, Neville Colton on the director, graphics Yvonne Keenan, engineer Jimmy Hunter, Darren McMullen and Keir McMullen, who are floating about doing very little, but they are here. But fair play to them. In all seriousness, what a great team they are. Paddy, this game will go to the wire, but will Errigal Ciaran get something out of it early on? They need something early on, don't they?
They need a big first quarter, the second half, to bring themselves back into the match. They'd like to think that with 15 minutes, 20 minutes to go, this game could be within 2 or 3 points, but they're going to have their work cut out to do this here. They're going to have to go to something different. They're going to have to try something different. And you mentioned the half time. There's only so much a manager can do at half time. It really is up to these players to step up. Errigal Ciaran would be disappointed in a lot of their individual performance at the minute, and they really need to step up and grab something very soon.
There's a bit of work going on in behind the goals, so the referee's been delayed. There's a few men there, Paul Turbot and Barney McKinney. They're getting the nets worked on, where they were almost pulled down by Mark Kavanagh and co. And after that challenge game is on to the second half here, and we could see the lights on here as well, because it's got very, very dull, hasn't it, Paddy?
It has.
Very dark. And
just before half time, noticed that, yeah.
A spot of rain maybe coming. High ball in, opportunity here already. But man mopping up a loose ball, Daniel Donnelly gets it back to his goalkeeper Joe Maguire and turned then to Dara Gallagher. Gallagher being tracked back there by Canavan, though, does well. We're just talking off air as well, Paddy, but such quality on show here today, and no doubt Fergal and Brian will be having a look here too today.
Lots of quality on show, two of the best teams in the county, littered with talented players, and I'm sure obviously if you're a county manager you'd be looking at these players and wishing they were able to commit to the county, because they could definitely add to it.
The rain is on now, you can see the people scurrying, and you can see it in the camera there as well. There's a heavy downpour here last night during the game, the intermediate championship that saw Pomeroy secure the title. And while we're talking about that, congratulations to Fintona, of course, the Tyrone Junior champions who progressed in Ulster. And the winners of this game, well, they have a small task here on the 11th against Cross McLean Rangers. Be a nice one to be coming out of Tyrone as champions. However, for now, still football to be played here. Lee Brennan, this effort's dropping in. Keeper comes out for it, gets a hand on to Darren McAnally, punches it away, does enough to clear his lines, and Peter Hart takes possession of the ball down to the right hand side. Almost a loose pass there from him, uncharacteristic of him, but the ball is with Errigal Ciaran going back up the park, going the right direction for the first time in this contest. Park Twinner lays it back. Will be Ray Canavan to try and pop this one over the bar. Was when you look in there, I think there's only 1 point from a free in this contest.
Yeah, that's right. It was Lee Brandon's free kick from outside the 45 that was sort of that Trillick got in the first half.
Absolutely, and Ray Canavan stepping up 45 metres out. Drills this one in. Just put too much air on the right hand, on the outside of the boot, and it goes well wide. 6 wides from Errigal Ciaran too, Paddy.
Yeah, and all under pressure. That was not an easy kick for Rory. That was into it was sort of the way the breeze coming across the field there and trying to catch the ball outside the foot. The margin for error is quite small, but most of the chances that Errigal's been getting so far have not been easy.
You'd be contemplating, both teams I'm sure will be contemplating certainly changes. Errigal will anyway, that's for sure, and they've been warming up a few subs there through the break. The referee's having a word down below us here as well.
Yeah, I see Ryan Gray's into the book here for something off the ball. Didn't quite see it, Paddy, so but it looks as if he's going to pick up a yellow card.
And it is a yellow card for the number 12, so he needs to be careful now, of course, as well. Kick out from Joe Maguire away to the left hand side, out and through the middle. Rain starting to come down heavily now here at O'Neill Sealy Park. Tussle for possession over there, no one can get clean hands on it again. It's a real challenge there for the attacker to get out with it, but Tommy Canavan done well. The teacher gets it to Dara Canavan, cousin, and it will be a free in. Tommy, of course, his sister, top scorer in the Tyrone Ladies Championship this year. Challenge comes in, it's a high challenge, and there could be trouble here for Ryan Gray.
I think he actually wanted to play the ball there, Paddy.
Yeah.
You know, I think
it's going to be no action taken.
No, I don't. I think it's an honest attempt on the ball.
Was, yeah, when you see it again and the slower motion, you can see that he just went for the ball. He had very little he could do.
He actually got the ball, I think, after he followed into the player. But everybody's good here. But it leaves another free kick from the same position. Now Tommy Canavan looks to be going to hit this one. Yeah,
Tommy, of course, is top scorer for Errigal Ciaran this year. Takes it short, gets it out to Peter Hart out this near side. An effort is going to go across the face of goal. and uncharacteristically it goes wide as well. 7 wides for Errigal Ciaran in this contest so far. 1-5 to 3 points, 5-point advantage. And if Errigal Ciaran are going to do something, they're going to have to do something pretty quick here, because you're going to the third quarter. It's a big quarter, isn't it? You want to be trying to stamp your authority one way or the other here.
Yeah, and those first 2 chances, like, I know they were difficult enough free kicks, but you know, to get a point of one of those would have been a good thing for Errigal. It just prolongs the fact they're not scoring, and it just adds to Trillick. Whatever Trillick are doing, they're doing it well, and they're comfortable playing this for another while.
And we were talking about the tediousness at times and the patient build-ups that both sides had. No surprise that the sides drew 8 points apiece during the All-County League, the Begley Sport All-County League this year, so no real surprise in that either.
Yeah, and the other thing too in this game is the fact that now Errigal are behind. They're going to have to press out. They're going to have to try and chase this game, which will suit Trillick because it would leave spaces in behind, like it's just happened there now.
Ball inside, and as well the danger read there by Cormac Connollys. Had a great season. I guess debut season for Tyrone, of course. Started off very, very well. Picked up an injury too during the campaign, but back to his best now. Errigal on the offensive. Canavan on that far side. He's been surrounded by men, and to be fair, Joe Goose wasn't expecting that one, but he done well. And then he gets it back out the park here once again. Limited movement in front of him though. Man out this near side as Mark Kavanagh is screaming for it down out of shot. Perhaps it will come his direction. And it does. Down this near side. Saw a bit the shot there for a split second. Back into the centre again it goes, and the bright sunshine we had earlier on, certainly a far distant memory as this effort comes in from Quan. Challenge comes in, and great bit of defending there once again by Richie Donnelly. Showing great experience there. I think every older, I'm going to say older, more experienced player stepped up in the absence of Matty and Co this year.
And Richie has been particularly strong for all the championship matches so far for Trillick, and I think you're right. I think he's assumed a leadership role that Matty maybe is not playing, and they're all making up that extra few percent that Matty would give in a game like this.
It's nice to see both Matthew and Michael Gallagher named in the programme, of course, today as well. Both long-term injuries sustained by them in the early part of the year. Liam Gray, nice ball down this right hand side to Shonny O'Donnell. Shonny O'Donnell gets himself angled right. He hits this one. It's going to drop over the bar. An excellent score from O'Donnell. It's the second of the afternoon, and it has it over the bar, is it?
Yeah, that's a point. Yep.
Good score from Shonny O'Donnell.
Yeah, he stepped inside Peter O'Hanlon there. Peter was disappointed he went to ground quite easily, and Shonny put the ball over the bar. But listen, this is Trillick onto a 6-point lead here. Played now nearly 7 minutes of the second half and looking really comfortable.
And it is Trillick who are going to actually blink first in this one. They're going to make a substitution. Somebody may have picked up a knock or something. We'll wait to see, but McAnally coming out with it down that far side. 8 minutes on the clock here in the second half. The stand lights on, illuminating the scene around us, but on the park the big lights still not on. Over almost £300,000 worth of lights here now at O'Neill's Healy Park, and they've been a great boon this year during the championship. Interesting wee move there from O'Goose. Got himself into a bit of motion and then gets the ball back out again. But there's still work to be done by Errigal Ciaran, and Peter McCartan coughed that one up, but it has been retrieved and back to McAnally. McAnally down at set near side. Mark Kavanagh, ball inside. Can he get a hand onto it? He can. Trainer.
Yeah, and he wins his free kick.
Gets a free kick as well, and he'll be happy with that. But it's okay getting the free, you have to convert them, that's for sure. And it's going to be the number 17, Colm Gardy. Colm, of course, coming into the fray this afternoon. Incidentally, Colm, son of Joe, of course, spent his early life in Isle of Man. Didn't play much in the way of Gaelic games, but certainly has steadied into this Trillick side. And he's a cousin of James and Simon, of course, sons of Willie in the squad as well. And our good friend Rita Hannigan, of course, would be there, aren't they? So good family connection, a good strong connection, of course. Late Colm, of course, fine footballer too.
Yeah, and this is a big call there. Ryan Gray's been playing really well for Trillick now. I know he picked up a yellow card, and they may have decided to take him out because of the risk of losing him to a second yellow card, and he was playing well. He didn't, I don't know, it seems to be it's a big call from the Trillick management. It remains to be seen, and hopefully it's the right one for their sake. Well,
in the meantime, Ray Canavan has popped that one over the bar in 9 minutes, the second point of the day from a free. But all of a sudden, there's a wee bit more life about Errigal Ciaran coming forward here once again. Tommy Canavan. There's it inside to Derek Canavan. An opportunity here for Derek Canavan. He's closing inside. Thought about the shot, then gets it away, and it flashes in and flashes over the bar. And all of a sudden, it's a different game.
Yeah, and Errigal just put the kick out. Joe McGuire's kick out hung up into the air. 3 maybe Trillick men or Errigal Ciaran men on the ball. And they won the chance, and now they're back into a 4-point game, and Errigal just sort of lifted their game now, and they really are going to press Trillick as hard as they can from now on. They're going to place them high defensively. They're not going to drop off any longer. They're going to have to go for it here, and I'll see it the minute. I think
Owen Kelly has been introduced for Dermot Morrow,
and Brian Horish is maybe in as well.
Brian Horish, a goal scorer in the championship so far. He's been introduced for Porrick Trainer.
Yeah, so they put Brian Horish into inside onto Darragh Gallagher. Obviously, that's it to give a bit of an Errigal target, a presence in there. Try something different.
So 4-point game we have here at O'Neill Sealy Park, and all of a sudden this Errigal Ciaran, whatever Mark and Adrian said to him at half time, certainly has worked. Horish gets a first touch of the afternoon, lays it back to Rory Canavan. I think it's maybe a case of intent there when you see Brian Horish driving forward, of course, as well. Ball inside, an opportunity here for McCartan. Blasted wide. 8 wides tells his own story, doesn't it? Yeah, and a little bit of just, Peter Oge, a bit more composure there. He had probably had more time. He thought he had to go outside of the foot and really flash the ball. The goals, maybe just a point would have been the right option there, just to keep the scoreboard ticking over for Errigal. Now, this is where Trillick need to really start winning kickouts. When Errigal went in this press in the last few matches they played, they've been very effective at turning the opposition kickout, and Trillick need to win one of these very soon. Kickout is from Maguire, well taken in the middle and blocked down. Was well taken by Richie Donnelly. Yeah, one of the cleanest catches we've seen of the afternoon here. It was, and just suddenly enough play there from Errigal to slow the game up. The Trillick were away on a fast break, but it seems to be that they will do whatever they can at the minute to try and get themselves back into the match. The only goal of the game, of course, coming on 29 minutes from Kieran Daly. But as it stands, there's just a 4 between them now. Neil Donnelly, the veteran of this side, without doubt, down out that far side, and all of a sudden it's a wee bit of defending for Errigal Ciaran, who started this third quarter brightly. A couple of points on the board to close the gap. It's a good run here though from O'Donnell. 2 points on the board so far. Good work from O'Donnell. Gives it back to Lee Brennan. He's got support there from Donnelly. Decides to go it on another wee bit, and then in turn gives it back to Richie Donnelly. And Richie Donnelly's effort has took a touch for sure, wherever it goes out on that far side. It's kept and played by Gardy. He does well, and he loses possession eventually, and Cormac Quinn comes out and gets a free for his trouble. It's certainly a wee bit more life to it. Yeah, and James won that ball back into the play again. Probably should have been better coming out, looking for another Trillick player and set up the attack again. He cut back into the Errigal defenders, turned the ball over, and given possession off to Errigal now to see can they build another attack. Would you be a wee bit more happier now if you're Errigal contingent, would you? Oh, you would surely. The fact even they've got a couple of points after half time and they look more potent at the moment. The few changes they've made here too with those players they've brought in should leave a bit of extra life into the team as well, but they look more energised. They look like a team that's really got they've said at half time, boys, this game's going away from us unless we start really playing. And they have started playing, there's no doubt about that. The ball on the far side to Peter O'Hanlon. Takes a touch to see his options on. The 25-year-old then lays it back, and it was fouled in the process, and it will be a free for Errigal Ciaran, and another scoreable free. Mark Hart a wee bit more happy. Certainly him and Adrian have done plenty of good work over the years in various clubs, and they know what it's like to win a championship. McAnally potentially think of a shot here himself, decides to give it inside, goes for the return pass from Derek Canavan. Canavan jinks away from the marker, chip of the old block there for sure, drops this one in and drops it over the bar. Fantastic score from Dara. He's been double marked there, he didn't panic, he took it inside, put it on his left foot and floated the ball over bar. Darragh Gallagher was on his toes, but he cut back inside again. There's a second Trillick man coming towards him, but it's a sign of class when you can pull off a score like that under that pressure. Just a set chip of the old block. You've seen that a few times in training over the years, Paddy. Yeah. And played, of course, with Peter 2 yourself as well as part of the backroom team 20 years ago. Hard to believe, of course. And Norman rolled back the years last night, not to his advantage, though. Sean Kavanagh and Colin Kavanagh, of course, part of that Moy side beaten last night. But you'd be disappointed with that, Sean. But so far, from a Errigal point of view, they'll be certainly buoyed up with this second half performance, coming up to 44 minutes, just over 44 minutes gone.
Yeah, and the game is completely swung to Errigal here at the moment. They're in control of the match. They seem to be much more composed. Darren McInerney's becoming an extra man out the field, and they look as if they really are starting to play as that we sort of expected from Errigal Ciaran to start. Trillick seem to be dropping very deep now to try and not concede another score. This will be Errigal's third point on the row if he can get one, a fourth in a row.
Absolutely, and just talking there, McInerney, of course, we did say he did score the first point in the championship this year. No goalkeeper has scored from play in a county final in the Tyrone Championship, so there you got to be something maybe for the estate agent to try and maybe engineer here if it goes out down this near side. He steadied himself for the shot there, but no, gets it out instead to Peter Hart. Still there lending support though, and he certainly added to the attack, that's for sure. Lovely piece of play, shot comes on from Quinn, can't get that shot away, and it flashes across the face of the goal and over the bar it goes, but it was an opportunity for a goal.
Yeah, and now we're back to a 2-point game. Cormac Quinn did really well, cut it inside, had a good shot. Joe Maguire did quite well. I think he didn't hit the ball, didn't really catch the ball particularly well, but had the awareness just to take the point. It's now scoring the board. Down we're starting into the fourth quarter, Paddy, and we have a 2-point game. This is what we expected in the county final.
Well, that's a wee bit more life, there's a wee bit more energy. The rain certainly has made life a wee bit more difficult for sides as well. It's a bit slippy out there now, and Errigal Ciaran are using that to their advantage. Jody Gormley.
I also think too that
the ball back. Going ahead, Paddy.
I just also think that moment of taking Ryan Gray to the game, Trillick were 6 points up and very controlled. He's taken out of the match for playing well. I know there may be reasons for it, but since that there, Errigal have sort of taken a centre middle of the field because Ryan is playing well in that area.
4 points in a row.
Yep.
As well, tells its own story. Ball out that far side. Work to be done for Daly Tunney. Trillick certainly went out of it a wee bit, you'd have to say. Back it goes to Stevie O'Donnell. Stevie O'Donnell, nice pass inside to Gardaí from distance. Screws it wide. 3 wides. And certainly there's a wee bit more worry, you would say, about the Trillick bench at this stage. There's certainly, as McInerney steps up to hit this one, Trillick or Errigal may have conceded their first goal of the campaign, but they've resolved themselves to get back into it. They find themselves 1-5-3 down. They're 1-6-7 down now, and there's still plenty of football to be played as they come out with it here once again. Challenge comes on, a hefty challenge on Murray Canavan. Oh, and a bit of afters there as well, and a couple of players getting involved there. Neil Donnelly, the peacemaker there, wanting the players to spread out and calm down since the referee. There's the challenge there. Come across, and really it was a hefty enough challenge there in Murray Canavan from Liam Gray, and that was the afters, I think, where the referee's going to take some action. And as he gives the yellow card to Gray, I didn't see where he actually pointed at that there.
Yeah, Liam Gray got a yellow card.
Gray,
yeah. And I think there's no complaints. Liam sort of left the high tackle in, but Cormac Quinn's going to get a yellow card here for retaliation coming in. And that just leaves Cormac in a precarious position going down the line as well. You know, he's playing in the position he's in and marking one of the dangerous forwards in the Trillick team.
Absolutely. Gives an opportunity to say hello to a couple of people watching today. As we said earlier on, young Kieran McAleer, Sarah O'Kane, of course, from UTV. She's keeping a close watching this one. Rita Hannigan, and of course Sarah McCann, who's also in hospital at the moment. Best wishes to her. Floodlights on. See how bright it became there all of a sudden. That's what the TV or the monitor was going to blow up in front of us there. Got that bright, but there you go. But certainly adds a wee bit to the occasion, doesn't it, Paddy? They're able to do that.
Absolutely.
An evening like this, the rain starting to come down the ball inside. An opportunity here for Joe Goose. Steady himself, gets his shot in, but well blocked down there by Richie Donnelly, or Liam Richie Donnelly, I think it was.
Yeah.
Different from our angle for we are, but all of a sudden, as Donnelly picks it up once again, tries to engineer. Somebody gives the ball away, coughs it up, but almost coughs it up, but good recovery from Daly Tunney. Gardaí in there, and all of a sudden there's a wee bit more as Gardaí takes it away. Niall Donnelly driving forward, limited options in front of him though. Gets it to the score. Lee Brennan jinks inside, jinks away from the marker, Instead of going for the shot, gives it to Gardy, takes the return pass again. Brennan pulls himself away out to the right hand side and has to sort of come back on himself to try and get into a better scoring position. He has support there from Peter McGahey, and lays it back then to Liam Gray. Liam Gray, all of a sudden, that wee burst of energy has been zapped out of the game by a good defence. Comes to Richie Donnelly, and that is a score that Richie Donnelly and certainly the Reds of Trillick needed.
They really needed that score. They've been quiet for a while, but what a monster score from Richie Donnelly. And there was an opportunity before that where Trillick if they had to move the ball a bit quicker, they could have got in behind the Errigal defence, but they'll be delighted to get a score because it's been quiet, and it just puts them back out into that goal, that bit of safety. You have a goal that keeps that gap that Errigal have to try and pay him back.
Aidan McCrory, on one of his trademark runs, they'll score a goal against Arboe in the 18-point victory in the championship semi-final. But decides to go back on himself this time for a change, Paddy. Decided not to continue the run.
Yeah.
Again, Canavan well blocked down once again. Some super defending there, and all of a sudden it's Trillick coming out with it again. Lee Brennan.
And it's been a mark of the Trillick game, actually, how many blocks they put on the Errigal forwards today. That must be 5 or 6 really good blocks from Trillick.
Some great defending, some great work. Back to Daniel Donnelly, pointing the board this year for the student. He lays it back. Johnny O'Donnell, great performance from him so far. Drives forward, Johnny O'Donnell. Ball across this right hand side. Thought about the shot. Comes back out again to Kieran Dilly, the goal scorer. He puts it over the bar. Intelligent play.
Excellent. That's 1-2 for Kieran Dilly. He's having an absolute blinder for a young man today. Johnny O'Donnell did really, really well. Just waited and waited to an Errigal Ciaran defender. Yeah, and score. And Errigal Trillick now look as if they're back in the ascendancy.
Yeah, back to a 4-point game again here in the Connollys of Moy Tyrone Senior Football Championship. And but a work to be done for Errigal Ciaran once again, who closed the gap. Peter McCartan out that far side. 3 men around him, gets a pass inside. The referee has called it back for a free though.
Yeah, I think it's a free to Derek Cannon. He cut inside there. He was under a lot of pressure. Yeah, good position for an Errigal point here. I don't think Trillick can really complain about that. And listen, they'll be okay to concede a point from that.
There's a booking for Derek Gallagher too, potentially, from Cahill Forbes. He's handled the game well.
Yeah, Cahill's done really well. He's let the game go as well as he can, but if there is a free, he's calling it, and I think players are happy enough for that.
And there's been, to be fair, there hasn't been a bad challenge in this encounter. It's been played in good spirit, good hard football. But Keller has to be a bit careful there now. So too, number 9, Liam Gray. And of course, Ryan Gray had been booked. But a free now. Tight angle. As it went in, over the bar, indeed it has. Tommy Canavan. It just keeps them in touch.
It does, you know. Still back to 1 point, or the goal game. And so, this game has really opened up, Paddy, since half time. It's a much better game of football, much more would be expected.
23 minutes on the clock in the second half, 52 in total. And we'll tussle for possession over on that far side. And the referee says he overcarried the ball. Peter Hart wants to get the ball moving quickly. There's a wee bit more urgency about Errigal Ciaran, that's for sure.
And both teams at Trillick, I think that bit of a time where Errigal got on top of spark Trillick into more action as well.
It's been good football, as you'd expect, on that highest level. The championship, it certainly never fails to deliver, that's for sure. That's why people love this knockout championship, as it is. And as Mark Hart said in the programme, it should be preserved. He'll not be happy with that himself, though, as the ball goes to Lee Brown on the far side. Foul comes in and the free kick will be taken.
As uncharacteristic by Rory to overcook that pass to Peter Hart and gives Trillick possession back, and it looks like Errigal are going to make another change here, Paddy.
Yeah, it's Oren Robinson coming in for Peter O'Hanlon. So familiar names being drafted in here. Men who have big performances in the championship this year, big performances in the championship last year, of course, as well.
Yeah, and as the managers have to roll the dice at this stage with 10 minutes to go or less, but I suppose including probably injury time, so that they know that they're 3 down, they have to try something different, and if it means if a player on the bench can get them a score or two, they'll try anything. 3-point
game. Lee Brennan picks it up on the far side. Just scored the 1 point today, but his contribution has been immense. So too that man there, Niall Donnelly.
Niall Donnelly's had an immense game here, centre forward. He's been so busy linking the play, doing everything right, keeping possession of the ball, just letting other players play.
Oh, nice piece of soccer skill there from Liam Gray, and certainly done well. Back to Richie Donnelly, and you can just see a bit of frustration coming into the Errigal play there. Ball inside from Donnelly, back out it comes then to Shonny O'Donnell. Been so good today as well, Shonny O'Donnell. Draws the men out once again and then lays it back into better position perhaps for Richie Donnelly to have a go here from distance. Again, it's going to, this time, going to drop short. It's the third one that they've dropped short in this contest, and an opportunity here for Errigal Ciaran to build from the back here. Mark Kavanagh. Superb football, cultured left foot of course he had. Nice ball inside, but again the defence equal to the challenge. Good bit of play there from McGahey, and McGahey gets it out then to Shonny O'Donnell. Been very impressed with the 20-year-old today. We'll come back then in a moment as Gardy drives forward through the centre, moves himself out this near side and steadies himself into a better position and wants to get the players regrouped once again. 5 minutes of normal time remaining, a goal between them. The reigning champions, the curse of the reigning champions. Could it be a case once again? No team has done it since 2005. That was a good Carrickmore side. Certainly gone in the days of the big 3 in a row, that's for sure. Going back to Arbroath in 1973 of course, 50 years ago. Ball out through the centre. There's still work to be done though, and that release pass isn't a good one, and the Errigal defence close in, Quinn in there as well, and the referee says that Richie Donnelly's touched the ball on the ground. Jody Gorn may not be happy with that. They're going to make a change here as well. It looks to be Rory Kelly about to be drafted in. Jody Peter McGinnity there, of course, the Rossley man. McInerney picks it up down this left hand side. The rain sweeping in once again.
Yeah, Errigal, a bit of Errigal presence now. They've both Brian Horsh and got Owen Robinson inside. Like, you know, if it looked as if they're going to try something. They did try one moment ago there. Was it taken out? But
McInerney steadies himself. Yeah. It's all about the shot for a split second. Gets it out this near side to Robinson. Robinson has support. Gets the shot on again. Dara Donnelly under the block, but illegally, says the referee, it will be a free in for Errigal Ciaran. They want to take it quickly. It's blocked down and the play continues, and with no standing ceremony there. They see the clock, they know time's against them, that's for sure, Paddy, and all that hard work. They would have been better maybe steadying themselves down and getting the score.
Yeah, I think so. There's a point there if they're taken. Really, you know, there's a lot of Trillick men behind the ball. I don't know what the goal was possible. Take the point, press the next kick out, get possession of the ball again, but now Trillick have turned the ball over and they're now able to take a bit of time off the clock.
Well, Damien Kelly about to be drafted in here as well. Damien, a member of the side that won the title in 2019, and of course many of those players lost the crown the following year. That course again of the back-to-back champions that beaten by Dungannon in a remarkable penalty shootout during COVID, and the board still up over there. Number 20 coming in is Damien Kelly, coming in for Gilly Tunney, who's worked hard. Young Gilly Tunney, the 22-year-old, he's done well.
He has. He's a good solid game, has done things right. He set up the goal there in the first half, been really getting up the pitch and contributing to the score on the board as well from the assist. And I think you see something off the ball here too.
Someone went off the ball. We were watching the kick out coming from the left hand side. The referee is going to issue a card here, that's for sure. Owen Robinson picks that one up.
And this sort of thing is really sitting Trillick at the minute. We're heading now towards the end of the match. Time's slowed down, the game's becoming disjointed. Trillick will be delighted with this at the moment. It doesn't suit Errigal Ciaran at all. They really want this game to flow. They want to get back in and try and get another score. But it's difficult for them.
Mickey McCann's been introduced for Mark Kavanagh. Kavanagh had a horrendous year with injuries last year, but he's back up and he's way off, and he will be replaced by Michael McCann. Mouthful of water taken on board by Stevie O'Donnell. Steady performance from the 28-year-old this afternoon, that's for sure, as he roves his way back in, and free kick just on the middle of the park, dropped out this right hand side. There's work still to be done with. It's a loose one though. An opportunity here for Kieran Daly. What an afternoon he's had. It's all about the shot there for a split second. Gets it out to Donnelly. Back to Lee Brennan, and Lee Brennan then steadies himself down. Matty Donnelly keeping a close watch on him on the right hand side. That leg brace still in place for him. Lee Brennan doing well, tries to get it back inside there, but it's easily intercepted there by Owen Kelly. And an opportunity here for the champions. Hart goes to ground, and there will be a booking. The referee will take a note, perhaps. He has issued the yellow card, and the play continues down this near side. Time certainly against Errigal Ciaran. Back to Ray Canavan. A goal would level things, of course. 1-8 to 8 points it is. Back out the far side to Cormac Quinn. He had an opportunity a few moments ago for a goal, of course, you will recall as well. Peter Hart takes possession of the ball, closed down by Shawnee O'Donnell. Still work to be done from Peter Hart. Goes for the shot himself and puts it over the bar. Yeah. Intelligent play.
Yeah, it's the best option at that stage, and this would probably rule those chances they didn't take a few moments ago. That a free kick would have been bringing the game back to the point now. So it's gonna, listen, I would imagine Paddy haven't put the time up here, but it would be looking at 4 or 5 minutes at least of added time.
To keep an eye there on that far side.
Still plenty to play for.
The board's about to come out now.
Here we go.
And we'll see now. 4 minutes of additional time, and we're just into it now.
This is where everything becomes so valuable. Every kick out, every tackle, every block, everything can be done. Every foul you can put on can change, can be the win and losing this game.
Well, the referee, Liam Gray's lying down, prostrating the ground behind him. The referee stops the play. He's going to actually play on there. Donna going to be drafted on as well. I think she's going to give a few instructions. There's a man down injured from an Errigal point of view as well.
It looks like there's a blood sub here. Liam looks to be opened, and they're calling for a blood sub.
To see what happens. McInerney's made a bit of ground up this near side as well. To see what they are contemplating. There's no movement on the bench just yet. Well, they are now. There is now, is there?
Would they bring Ryan back in again?
Potentially. Supporters, plenty of tension in that stand over there, that's for sure. Big crowd watching the Connollys of Moy Tyrone Senior Football Championship. Both sets of supporters, the young red supporters away to our right hand side, hoping against hope that they say can hold on. Errigal supporters, where the Errigal players are shooting into, they're steadying themselves for a dramatic finish. Matty Donnelly, water bottle in hand, barking out instructions as he's been all year when we played here in Omagh. He's been down this near side. He's passionate, there's no doubt about that. It would mean a lot to him. It would mean a lot to the Trillick club in a year, of course, that saw the sad passing of Jerry Shep Donnelly. McInerney picks it up. We're in the injury time. McInerney driving forward down this near side. A point to be a massive score to bring it potentially to extra time, and drives things, give them an opportunity to bring it to extra time, and an equalising point. McInerney will go for the shot, drives it in out that far side. It's kept in play, it's went wide, and time's against them here, Paddy.
Yeah, and that shot from Dara just wasn't really what they were looking for. They were probably looking for something to float towards the back post, but it was way too far gone to give any chance of getting a score from it. And again, you think to yourself, there's still time. A point would have been grand. Walk a score there. You still another kick out to contest.
Well, at this stage, if you said at half time there was one hand in the trophy, certainly there's a bit of better grip on it now from a Trillick point of view to win a 9th title. Their last, of course, coming in 2019. They're in the driving seat, 1-8 to 9 points, but there's still time. But it's not the right direction from a Errigal Ciaran point of view. Pass out that far side. There's work still to be done. The substitute there getting a touch of the ball, Damien Kelly. Pass still with Kelly out that far side. He's trying to get away from the marker. Referee's on top of that one, keeping a close watch. It's a bit like rugby there. It will be a free. The referee just wanting to slow things down, want to calm things down. He's going to have a word there with Damien Kelly, and he could be another man going into the referee. No, it's a black card.
It's a black card, so they're down. There's only 1 minute left here, and Errigal Ciaran need a goal.
Errigal Ciaran need a goal to win this one. It's all hands. They need to put the ball. Mears Porter required, and it goes. That's where it has to go, and hope for the best. There's plenty of big men out there. They're slowly making their way towards that edge of the square up there. Peter Hart takes a touch. He'll be well aware. There's 30 seconds left. Dara Canavan, ball inside. Shot opportunity for Peter O'McCartan. Shot comes in from the right hand side, and it has went over the bar.
Yeah.
And it's a 1 point game. Is there time, Paddy?
There is time, because they're going to play at least one more kick out here, and if Errigal could win this kick out, which they've been doing really well a lot of the part of the match. They could get one more chance to bring this game to extra time.
That's all a case now of edge of seat stuff here. Yeah. We're into additional time
for both teams.
Almost.
For both teams, this kick out is so crucial. Castlefarnes will allow one more play.
Kick out. We're all eyes on the referee from Arbo. Ball breaks in the middle of the park. Errigal Ciaran have it once again. The ball's picked up by Peter O'McCartan. McCartan through. Return pass will be taken to Peter Hart. Out this near side it comes to Oran Robinson, and Robinson's dropping it in, and Robinson has dropped it over the bar. And it will, by the looks of things, be extra time, Paddy.
Yeah, that was the key crucial kick out. That one had to be won by both teams. The fact that Errigal won it broke right very favorably for Errigal Ciaran. A lovely ball inside. Darragh played the ball off. Peter Hart or Robinson. Here, what a score. What a score under some sort of pressure. Just come off the bench. He's after receiving a yellow card and he sticks over the equalising point. Will the referee play one more?
Only the second time. The sides have been level. We have played 65 minutes of the Connollys and Moy Tyrone Senior Football Championship final. The referee looks to be calling for the ball, is he?
Yeah.
No, he's holding things back there. It seems to be something to do with the blood sub, perhaps. He'll let the play go.
Yes.
We'll wait to see what he does. He's letting the play go. There's an opportunity here still for the men in red and white. They've driven this whole afternoon towards the finish line, but just when they're about to cross it, Warren Robinson steps up to pop that one over the bar. Is there a final opportunity? Donnelly on the far side. He lays it back to Brennan, the captain of Fornia, to Donnelly. And it is extra time. Paddy, this has been a remarkable contest. A wee bit of afters, a wee bit of pushing and shoving going on there in the middle of the park. Oh, Judy Gormley and Mark Hart not happy in the middle of the park. And someone's went down away to the right hand side as well. But it is very much silly stuff at this stage. Both sides really went for it, and credit to Errigal Ciaran. They were 1-5 to 3 points down at half time. They battled back. Those 4 points in a row, Paddy, made a big difference in that third quarter.
Oh, absolutely. You have to give Errigal Ciaran massive credit. 6 points down, really looking at defeat in the face, and they come back and they got a draw out of the game. Now, Trillick will at this point, how did they lose that match? Been Summers' control. So, but listen, we're into extra time now. Both teams are going to go at it. We're really looking forward to this. What we expected in the county final. We said at the start, it'd be very hard to decide who's going to win this game. It's going to be such a tight game, and that's the way it proved.
Tense climax to this one, that's for sure. As you always expected, I suppose we expected a wee bit more. First half was very tedious, very, very end-to-end, very, very tactical, but at the end of the day, we've got extra time out of it. What more would you want? We'll take a quick break. It is 1-8 to Trillick, 11 points to Errigal Ciaran. We'll be back with exclusive coverage of the Tyrone Senior Football Championship. The extra time here at O'Neill's PD Park. O'Neill City Park. I thought we'd be home for the tea now at this stage, but it's 1-8 to 11 points. And Errigal Ciaran, well, they shirked off the shackles of a course that has lasted 18 years as the rain lashes down now onto the lights at O'Neill City Park. The reigning champions have always found it difficult, but they've given themselves a lifeline here. Paddy Talley, who joins us this afternoon and at the end of the evening, all for that O'Neill's Cup, and it's still, both ribbons are still on it, and it's going to be very hard to see whose ribbons are coming off it.
Yeah, well, we always think of the Tyrone County final as going to be a very tight game. Last year's final was the same between Carrickmore and Errigal Ciaran, and today was no different. I think Trillick will be scratching their heads thinking, how did we not win that game? 6 points up and control of the start of the second half, 15 minutes of the second half. But then the game changed when Errigal really got a bit of momentum going, started getting scores against the head, and carved out a draw, and they will be relieved, one, but also really positive now, thinking if we continue to play like that, we have a great chance of winning this match. Trillick will have a different view. They would have one hand on the cup. They'll have to lift themselves now and re-energise themselves and re-motivate themselves to go out and do something they should have done earlier in the game, which is close the game out. But here it's the nature of championship football, and it's great for the people here, and I'll be watching the match because this is what Tyrone championship football is normally about.
Yeah, the 4 points in a row into that third period made a massive influx into this one, a big indent into the Trillick lead, and Trillick just didn't recover from that.
No, you're right, and Errigal got on top in the middle of the field, kick-outs started winning them and started coming to pace. I thought their half-back line started coming into the game. Petey Hart being very prominent in that stage of the game, coming deep. Peter McCart was coming from deep. Joe Goods was coming from the middle of the field, and they looked much more like what we expected of Errigal Ciaran. But they worked harder too, Paddy. They did change their attitude. They came with more intensity. They pressed the kick-outs. They pressed higher up the pitch. The Trillick defenders were not coming out so easily on the ball. So a lot of credit has to go to Errigal. We said at half-time they had to try something different. Their managers have done that. They changed things around, and fair play to the players. They carried their game plan to a T. Trillick, on the other hand, just lost their way a bit in that second half, and there was a chance, I think, to close the game out when they still had the ball up in the corner, and rather than going at it, they turned the ball over asleep, or a cheap turnover, which ended up there getting a score. So, but both teams look well up for it here now. And
Warren Robinson, the salvation, wasn't he? He got a yellow card as well in the process, but I did not worry about the yellow card now.
Yeah.
New game now, of course, as well. And those Trillick players, Errigal players rather, they've had plenty of experience of big days and heartaches and tough games. And this is probably the toughest game they'll have seen in the championship this year. That they beat Arboe obviously by 18 points. To beat Moortown en route in the championship as well. You know, so they've had big days.
Yeah,
they know what it's like to win, they know what it's like to lose, but certainly saw off Killiclahar and Moortown and Arboe, and still an opportunity for Mr. McAnally to pop a ball over the bar for the first point from a play for the goalkeeper in the county final, but we'll wait to see how that develops. But you want to be given to your scoring forwards, and there's a few of them there today are certainly very, very impressive. You know, now I don't see the referee taking any action about that incident. It just happened at the very end. I'm sure he's going to have a word. I think that seems to be the case, really. He's just having a word with a couple of players and calming things down. Tensions rose near the end, there's no doubt about that. But what you won the county final, you know what it's going to be. It
really was nothing. Really, a bit of handbags, really, a bit of pushing and shoving. What do you expect? Players that are highly emotionally challenged. The game went one way for one team and went the other way for the other team. And you expect players to be like this. They're so familiar with each other as well. This is like, these boys know each other so well inside out. They play along with each other and have done for years, as well as playing against each other. So this is part of what championship football and championship rivalry is all about.
Well, Cahill Ford's about to get the game underway again, the first period of extra time. And just in case anybody's wondering, Matty Donnelly is wearing shoes. He walked across there, but as you have seen in the camera, it looked like he was wearing no shoes, but he's wearing boots of sorts. But anyway, game's back on again. Matty, I'm sure, we're all about in the middle of the field digging it out for the Trillicks, St. McCartans. But as it stands, his side have one hand in the trophy, at least one hand in the trophy, but now they're battling now to try and win this game. Horish takes possession of the ball out that far side, and still it's a case of Trillick charging or defending as Trillick charge up, or Errigal charge up the park, because that's where they finished off the half, shooting into the scoreboard end. And just it's back to that patient build up. There was a bit of energy certainly just in that final 10 minutes, that's for sure. Much improved second half when you looked at the first, but I have to say great credit to Errigal Ciaran showing all the resilience to come back into this game. And 1-8 to 11 points it is into extra time of the Connollys of Moy senior football final. And you wouldn't want to have it any other way, would you? Pamela always says you want to be at Connollys of Moy. I think you want to be at O'Neill Sealy Park this evening, Paddy, that's for sure, because it's proven to be a hugely entertaining contest.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and the crowd are really enjoying it here. The big crowd in here tonight as well, down under the lights of Omagh on a championship final night. You couldn't ask for much better. I just see there Ryan Gray's back in the game here for Trillick. Has come on now. He's back into the team, which is good for him. It'd be good to see, can he get back into the rhythm he was there when he was replaced earlier on.
Played certainly well in the game. Obviously got the yellow card, and Jody and Peter McGinley opted to make the change then, but he's back in. Peter McGinley, of course, no introduction required for him when it comes to Gaelic games, and it was a shoe-in, said Jody Gormley, when he decided to bring him into the backroom team. He knew him from schools football and knew he was available. Trillick on the offensive now on that far side. The number 18 there is Michael McCann come on in the second half. Back to Tommy Canavan, and plenty of tight marking going in there. Donnelly keeping a close watch on Rory Canavan. McAnally out the near side, not the sweetest of passes, but it does make its way out to Owen Kelly. The county champions, of course, comfortable victory last year, 2-11 to 112 it finished for them against Carrickmore. Again, not a classic, but certainly a good battle and performance from them. O'Goose whole way back then to Owen Kelly. Owen Kelly takes a couple of touches, looks around, and trades it back again. McAnally will be out down the near side, 45 metres out from goal. There's a pass into the corner for Joe Goose. Socks up to the knees. Back it comes to Robinson, the point scorer, to take the game to extra time to McAnally. Ponderous, perhaps, Paddy, you could say.
Yeah, it reminds you of the first minute of the first half when Trillick just sat deep and just invaded Errigal onto them, and they decided now to close this thing up nice and tight. Maybe playing, maybe it's Errigal maybe playing with a slight advantage with the breeziness here period as well. So maybe Trillick have just decided, let's keep this thing tight, get back to what we did early in the game.
Kieran Quinn from the right hand side drops it in, and Kieran Quinn drops it over the bar.
Excellent score.
Excellent point, and psychologically it's a big score.
It is, because Trillick really were sitting back defending there, and they still got inside and scored a point. So for Errigal, good score. Trillick disappointing.
3 minutes played. I know a certain young Kieran McAleer will be certainly pleased to see that one. His side salvaged the draw, and now they find themselves in the lead. But Trillick on the offensive here right away, with Richie Donnelly down this right hand side, heading towards the Cortrin Road end of the ground. Steadies himself for the shot, drops it in. As the sweetest score as you'll get anywhere today. Richie Donnelly levels it again.
Fantastic reply from Richie Donnelly. Quick kick out, found the player out on the side of the field. Good ball up the line. Richie Donnelly took his man on. An excellent score. And again, we're back to tit for tat. That's the way this game looks is going to be played out.
Remarkably, only 3 times the sides have been level in this contest. Horish back at goes there to McAnally. Takes a touch to look up to see his their options on, and then onto the lights of Oma, lays it back once again. McAnally takes possession of the ball. Looks to see is there movement in front of him. There is, just down this near side. Who else? Only Rory Canavan. Rory and Dara, 2 key scores, of course, over the last couple of years for the Errigal side. Tommy Canavan top scored this year so far, though. And of course, there's no one going to catch Paul Donaghy, the Dungannon man. 121 he has scored in search of the Patsy Forbes Cup top scorer award in the past. 13 points won it. Those days are gone. Certainly all about getting big scores now on the board. Out this near side, Michael McCann. There's an Errigal man receiving treatment way over on the far side.
Yes,
the play continues.
Yeah, another thing you'll see is players starting to cramp up here. This happens in the extra time these games, that players have such a massive effort out there. It's quite a heavy pitch, it's so intense, and sometimes it'll be down to just who's got the legs to stick this thing out until the end.
I noticed last night Pomeroy, despite the fact that the surface was really, really difficult and really, really heavy last night, Pomeroy didn't have any issues at all when it come to anything like that at all, cramp or anything, and that's not asked down. It says manager Declan McCallan to Aaron Grugan. Strength and conditioning work during the year certainly played dividends. It's all about the fittest this evening. Goose down the right hand side, the ball flashed across the face, a goal turned away, and again good bit of defending in there. The man in there taking the ball was Ryan Gray.
Yeah,
good work from Ryan Gray.
Really
the
well.
Pass came across, and Ryan Gray done well.
Did really well. Sean O'Donnell tracked Joe Goose down the line. Wouldn't let Joe Goose cut inside for the score. Forced him to put the ball across the square, and Ryan Gray commanded it well.
Great run.
And Trillick on the attack, and Sean O'Donnell is linking the forward play.
Great run from Donnelly. Lots of work still to be done by both sides to nail Donnelly. No sign of cramp with him, that's for sure.
He's having a super game.
A great performance from him today. Back to Daly. Another man with a great performance, Gardy, out this right hand side. Picked up by Richie Donnelly. Richie Donnelly slows it down, steadying himself. Referee having a word there with Neil Donnelly. Someone maybe was done as Daniel Donnelly picks it up on that far side again. One of the younger players in this Trillick side at only 21 years of age. Back to Lee Brennan. Back again from Donnelly to Brennan. And O'Donnell's out there mopping up the ball, taking possession, getting inside. Back it comes to Brennan. Brennan's got Donnelly for company. Decides to go it alone. No. Rory Brennan cuts inside, back to Donnelly. Steadying himself for the shot. And that is a superb score from Richie Donnelly. Teed up by Brennan. Fine finish.
A fantastic score, more or less in the same position as the last one. Cut onto his favoured right foot, just put the ball in, carried in on the breeze. An excellent score. And just put Trillick's nose in front here.
Response key from a Trillick point, from a Errigal point of view, as Goose picks it up on that far side once again. Jinks away from 3 men and is called back. And the man over there nearly fell. I'm sure you may have seen that on camera. That's one for the bloopers reel for later on in the year. The boys hope they've that kept there somewhere. That'll certainly be £250 somewhere for, what do you call it? That show used to be on. Bloopers. Brilliant. Class stuff. It's all about winning this game, though.
And that was long before my day, Paddy.
Well, Paddy, you admit that. I'm saying nothing. On the far side is Trillick taking possession of the ball. Gardy. Quiet in the second half. Not so quiet now. Puts that one over the bar. Opens the gap to 2 points. Good score.
Brilliant score. Absolutely brilliant score from GCI. But the ball inside from Richie Donnelly was absolutely pinch perfect. Gardy made the run out to the wing. Lateral run. Richie picks him out of the point. James Gardy does really well and gets a score. I'm starting to notice some players here. I noticed there as a Tommy Canavan's back there. He's really struggling here. He's sitting back on the 45 at the moment, and he looks to be really cramping up badly. I'm sure.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I was just also saying that Richie Donnelly's obviously come into his own, certainly in extra time, but he come into his own in the second half as well. Some of his passes today have been absolutely sublime, accurate and deadly, and then he's getting a couple of points on the board as well. 3 points he has scored as well, so certainly entertaining stuff from the county champions. Challenge comes in from Dara Gallagher. Picked up a yellow card in the normal game, I suppose you could say. The referee's having a word anyway, that's for sure. He wants to trying to stretch out there on Canavan. And you were spot on. Peter O'Hanlon coming in there to replace Tommy Canavan.
Yeah, Tommy just went down a couple of times. I noticed him struggling with the cramp, and I see a few other players. Dara Gallagher was there, was trying to stretch out against one of the players too.
Yeah, against
it's a nature of what these boys have put themselves through for this last, what is it, an hour and 20 minutes, where the pace of the game, the conditions, the intensity, the nervous energy that you're putting before the game.
Paddy, you've coached teams at the highest level to All Ireland titles. Is it about the work you do in January and February that gets you over the line here?
It is, but even the fact of just the day itself takes an awful lot out of a player. You know, the nervous energy, even the build up to the game, making sure you've done everything right. But like, you can't. There's some things like just that cramp is a physiological issue.
And Mr. Free like that as well is something you can't really account for either.
No, and that's not something you expect of Rory.
And 18 coming in there is Dara McQuaid, coming in to replace Niall Donnelly. What a performance from Niall Donnelly today.
It's absolutely outstanding. And Niall Donnelly's had a great game and has worked really hard for the team. And
1 minute of additional time as well. Paddy, it's finally poised, 2 points between them, but there's a massive half of football still to be played here, and this half's not over yet, but it's well cut out there by Dara Gallagher, and Gallagher moves the ball out that far side to Kieran Daly. What a performance he's had this afternoon, the 20-year-old Richie Donnelly, a veteran on this side now, of course. Back it goes to Gray, and again Trillick driving, trying to get in the scoreboard again. They had indeed control of this game for long periods. Errigal Ciaran showed great resilience to get back into it, and that Robinson point will long be remembered in the Errigal part of the world, that's for sure. Back it comes to the substitute there, Kelly to Brennan, out this right hand side to Daly inside to Brennan. Opportunity for Brennan, can't get away from the marker, gets a shot away and does put it in. And has he put it over the bar?
No, flashed wide on the far side there.
Umpires looked long and hard at that one for a couple of seconds anyway, but it has went wide. But the opportunity was there potentially for even a goal.
Yeah, it does. He did really well. Actually, Rory Brennan gave the ball, went a couple of times, and you could see maybe Rory Brennan's one of these players could be very instrumental towards the end of this match. He's been playing most of the match as a sweeper, sitting back, holding the middle, so he would have energy, he'd have legs maybe that he hasn't used so far, and he could be a big player for Trillick, and it comes to driving forward.
Well, this is a key moment for the likes of Jody. He's checking all the fitness of his players. He's checking everybody who goes along there. And as the late Sir Alf Ramsey said to the players in the World Cup final, don't be sitting down, don't show you any weakness at all in extra time. But a few men, as you said, receiving some treatment there. Michael Hart there giving some rubs, a couple of our players giving rubs as well. It's a key moment here, isn't it? What do you say? You find your side 2 points down in the second period of extra time. What are you going to say here?
The first thing here, that both the young people are leaving the end of the pitch. They're going past the front of the ground. It's very good. There's a few high fives going past. What do you really say? There's not
Father Brian Darcy and Colin Sheridan, interested spectators.
Father Colin Sheridan. I thought you were going to say Father Colin Sheridan.
Couldn't say that. Couldn't say the youngsters on their way past there now. But no, you're right.
The game is so well. But I have to give Trillick a lot of credit here. Trillick, after losing the league in normal time, have come out, played really, really well at the start of in the extra time here, and have got themselves into the lead. Now, this is the key time again. Can Trillick build on this? The worst thing Trillick could probably do now is sit back too deep and invite Errigal Ciaran on. When they've got a lead now, they have to learn from the fact when they had the previous lead, they sat back and invited Errigal on. If they continue to play the way they've been playing, you can go ahead and go further ahead and take the game to Errigal. This is the key. Are they brave enough to push on and finish this game out? Because if they don't and they allow Errigal to come back into the game, there's nothing as sure as Errigal will at least get 2 or 3 points in this second half, because they have the scoring potential. If I was to Trillick now and say, listen boys, keep doing what you're doing, keep pushing, keep going at them, keep creating the chances for yourself, because they look as if with Rory Brennan sitting in the back that they're solid enough back there to do their job, and they seem to have the man markers doing their job on the danger players. So a stick or twist. If I was Trillick, I'd be twisting. I'd be going for to kill the game out.
Absolutely, it's a tense, nervous time for those spectators in the stand. It's turned into a chilly enough evening here at O'Neill Stadium Park. Just gives us a chance to thank everybody involved in Tyrone JTV this year. Of course, Ger Bradley, Niall McKenna, all behind the scenes in terms of the finance and all the technical end of things, then from the likes of Ciaran and his team, Mac AV, of course, as we said, Damien, Paddy, Conrad, Liam, Nevin, Yvonne, Jimmy, and of course Darren and Ciaran, as we said, and then of course all the co-commentators and all the analysts and everyone, the commentators who's helped us during the year. It's been a great journey from the heat of a summer's evening up at Stewartstown to tonight in the coldish sort of atmosphere of O'Neill Stadium Park, warmed by what has become a wonderful, entertaining game of football. The Tyrone Senior Football Championship never fails to deliver. This is the 106th edition of it this evening. I don't think there's been much extra time in the past certainly in the first 50 or 60 years, but certainly it's becoming a normality now over the past few years, that's for sure. At least there's no dreaded penalties.
Yeah, and Paddy, you're saying this could be the time we could be back here again, because this game could end up another draw. The way this game is so tight at the moment, it's so finely poised.
Absolutely. Matty Donnelly and Michael Gallagher, the two men with the knee braces or the heavy leg braces on. The referee having a word, just checking things to get positioning right. And there was an Errigal man in the wrong side of the park. I think that's what the option or the problem was. Now we're back to 15 aside, ready for action, game on. 10 minutes of high adrenaline football. Joe Goose driving forward here. A goal will be a massive score in this one. An opportunity here perhaps. The shot comes in from a Goose and goes wide. And a wee bit of frustration there showing on Peter McGahy from O'Goose, and the referee telling him just to calm down. Of course, Errigal Ciaran ladies involved in the Ulster Club Championship next week, and I'm sure they're all here today. Maria Canavan, of course, sister of Tommy, top scorer last week with 3 goals and 8 points as well. So certainly there's plenty of buzz about the Canavan household, but at this stage it's the Trillick households who could be celebrating a famous O'Neill Cup victory, but there's a long way still to go. 10 minutes of high action football. Darren McQuaid picks it up and then lays it back then to O'Donnell. Great performance from O'Donnell today, Paddy. Oh,
he's been fantastic. Shawnee's been brilliant. His ability to get onto the ball, to make the right decisions, to put pace into the play when required, just take the sting out of it. He's been a Rolls Royce performance from Shawnee, but he'll not be happy unless he wins the match. He doesn't really care how well he plays as long as the team win.
McGahy inside his own half. barking out instructions there. There's a man who's had a superb performance, Rory Brennan, captain, who'd love to get his hands on the O'Neill Cup. Continues to run out that far side. 3 men coming across. McCrory, one of them, back out that far side. There's options here. Shot comes in, tight angle, and it's curled in. It's curled over the bar. A fine effort from Ryan Gray, his first of the afternoon, back in the park again, and he celebrates with that one. That leaves it now a very, very, I won't say comfortable, certainly a very manageable 3-point lead.
Yeah, and it came from Rory Brennan bursting up the field. Immense pace from Rory Brennan. And let's go back to the point where he's probably one of the fresher players here at the moment. He did a great job that time, took the ball right into the scoring zone, and then the ball's released back to Ryan Gray, puts the ball over the bar. And that's big for Ryan, who's taken off early in the game, comes back on, makes a statement, scores a point, and puts Trillick 3 points ahead. And
we're not saying, by the way, that Rory Brennan done that, but he worked very, very hard in this game. He has a different role to play. Certainly done it well. Horish takes possession of the ball, lays it back once again, and ball back out once again into the middle of the park, and Trillick are going to get men behind the ball. It's going to be a tense finish this one, that's for sure. 3 points between the sides, and the possession robbed around the middle of the park, and an opportunity here for the Reds of Trillick to get the ball up the park. Gray thought about the shot there for a split second. He saw his goalkeeper McAnally off the line. It will be a free, and if they calm things down here, they could work another score into this one. Referee, a wee bit of afters there. There's going to be a change, and it's an Errigal Ciaran substitution, incidentally, and it is Pádraig McGurr coming in for Darragh Canavan, I think.
Yeah, and it looks like Peter Hart's having to leave the pitch here. Peter's they're calling for a change here as well. So it's a big blow to Errigal, the stage of the match. Peter looks like he's injured in some way.
Well, Darragh Canavan, obviously that's a massive change. Obviously I think he is way off limping there, so obviously he's picked up some sort of knock. He certainly gave it all there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And the free kick taken down this near side. Trillick on the offensive once again. The substitute, Rory Kelly, getting away from the marker. He has support though, Rory Kelly. Steadying himself for a shot, decided to instead release the pass into the middle. And back it goes out this near side. Picked up then by McGahey. Suggestion maybe the numbers are wrong, perhaps, but we'll wait and see. We're only go what we've been told, that's for sure. And it's picked up by Lee Brennan.
Yeah, he's gone.
Brennan driving through. Lee Brennan opens up for Lee Brennan, steadies himself down for the shot, gets the shot, and it's going to drop short though. And to be fair to Darragh McAnally, he read that danger pretty well, and takes the return pass and moves the ball out to the far side. But it was just the crowd was there whenever Brennan went through there.
Another yard. He would put the ball over the bar, and maybe put a 4-point lead, which may have been just enough to get them over the line. Now Errigal have a chance to come back in again, but they're going to need a score here pretty soon. We're
almost into the final 5 minutes of this one. Long probing ball, and it's going to try and cause a few problems in there. The mark couldn't be taken, and Donnelly come out well with it. Kelly too, and it will be a free out, and Darragh McQuaid doing well in there. The referee's looking, see how much additional time is going to be, or one of the players leaning over the shoulder. A card issue there as well. And tense minutes in this one, that's for sure. And Mark Kavanagh coming back into the fray again as well. Coming in to replace Peter Hart.
Yeah, Peter looked as if he got injured a few minutes ago there, so something's not right, and he has to go off, and that's Darragh Canavan and Peter Hart gone. That's a big blow to Errigal, especially going down to the home straight to the last 5 minutes when they need something. Peter was instrumental in bringing them back into the game there in normal time.
Yeah, he shakes the head there. He has done having a word room there as well. Certainly he's picked up a knock, and to lose 2 key men like that, it's a big gamble. But Mark Kavanagh knows the stuff too. Back into the fray for the final minutes of this year's Tyrone Senior Football Championship, unless there is late drama, and that's quite possible in the Tyrone Championship. Donnelly driving forward, Daniel Donnelly out that far side, does well. Now it's a case of those experienced players all stepping up to the mark. There's one of them, Richie Donnelly to Lee Brennan, deep inside his own half, trying to just engineer the ball up the park, just to caress it up the field. As O'Donnell goes for it, takes it away from Kieran Quinn, goes ground onto the challenge, hitting the back, And well, it will be a free in, and Ciaran Quinn will go in the referee's notebook. But it's all about just calming things down now. And you just seen it, the way that pass came across from Lee Brown. There was no pace in it. It was just enough to get it out of there to slow things down.
Yeah, and Lee Brannan's got a free kick now opportunity. He scored one from the quite similar position earlier on, and this would stretch the lead to 4. But like Trillick looked to be in really good position at the minute, and have, you know, which they didn't do. We talked about is Trillick have taken the game here to Errigal in the second half of extra time. They haven't sat back. They haven't defended overly deep. They've just went at it, you know, and they've got themselves in position now to push on ahead. And they'll be thinking, could we hope that they close this game out?
We're going to see a veteran, Daniel McDonald, get a run out here as well. Now, it's been a few years since he played in a county final, that's for sure. But they're contemplating changes. Daly Tunney's over there as well, about maybe to be drafted back into the fray. But if Lee Brennan can pop this one over with only a couple of minutes to go, you'd nearly say the O'Neill Cup will have red ribbons on it this evening, and that lorry will be back out up to like Main Street. Brennan drives it. That's a super effort, and what a kick from Lee Brennan.
What a kick.
Just a vital kick as the rain lashes down once again, but that could be enough.
Oh, that's a massive kick from Lee Brennan. Puts him into a 4-point lead, 2.5 minutes left. Trillick, I don't think they're going to let this slip at this stage, Paddy.
Well, the kick-out's already away down that far side, and Trillick are defended manfully over there. Gray in there taking possession of the ball. Just be careful, of course, Gray. And the free kick taken already. McAnally, a goal required from an Errigal point of view to give themselves any chance of retaining the O'Neill Cup. But at this stage, it's very much in the hands of Trillick. McCann, Kavanagh back to McCann. Kavanagh, left-footed effort, and just dropped this one in, and he drops this one wide. And that's 12 wides they've hit in this contest. Men falling all over the park.
Yeah, there's cramp all over the place here at the moment.
To be fair to Ben McDonald, he's sort of half given the Trillick man a hand there with the stretch in his thing. He's sort of holding the paw up and the leg up a wee bit, but those young Trillick supporters heading down towards behind the goals away to their left hand side, they're absolutely buzzing. 113 to 12 points. Just the 1 point scored in extra time from Ciaran Quinn. Mickey over there. The two Mickeys in discussion. Trillick man on the ground.
Next Darragh Gallagher's on the ground there. Something happened.
Will receive some treatment.
Just after that shot.
Sorry, Mickey and Martin it was. They're not. Martin will never forgive me for that. And there, Daly Tunney coming back into the fray again for the latter stages of this one. And we're into the last minute. And 4 coming in to replace Stevie O'Donnell. Good performance from Stevie O'Donnell. You'd have to say there's been good performances all over the park today, Paddy.
Yeah, you have to say that I thought Trillick have been really, really good. They set out to the plan, and for most part of the game, their plan worked to a treat. They did have a bad period. They let Errigal back into the game when they shouldn't have, but they've raised themselves really well in extra in the out of time here, and they're full value for the win.
Bit of pushing and shoving going on there, but it's the closing stages now. The finish line is in sight once again as Mark Kavanagh launches this one in, and this time Mark Kavanagh puts it over the bar.
Yeah, good score from Mark. Maybe a little bit. I think he may have been trying to pop that ball into the square. But listen, they have a chance. They maybe give one more kick out here. They'll probably play a minute, I'd say, of out of time. Just Trillick needs to make sure you don't see the goal.
Sounds easy, Paddy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
11 minutes played. Haven't seen the board up. I'm waiting to see it now over there from the fourth official. And 2 minutes of additional time. 2 minutes of additional time. 2 minutes away from one in the O'Neill Cup for the men from Trillick. Fourth official, Cathal McCrory. Greencastle holding the board aloft, making sure everybody in the attendance sees this one. It's Hiller Liller at this stage. High ball in, dangerous ball, and it's collected deep inside their own half. Trillick's defence standing firm, and the referee lets the play go on. There's men down all over the shop in these closing stages. Gardy out this near side, still a bit of running in his feet, that's for sure. Does well. Challenge comes in. It will be a free, and it's as good as a score really from a Trillick point of view, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to slow things down a bit for them too. 45 seconds left. Just need to retain possession of this ball, maybe work it up and put the ball dead. And I would say Cahill Forest will be happy to blow the whistle.
There's plenty of running off the ball as well still. And credit to those players because they have given one hell of a shift this evening.
They have been very good, and I see
a red card.
Yeah, Paddy McGurr.
Red card issued there for Paddy McGurr.
Paddy McGurr, yeah.
So,
yeah.
That's a disappointment to his evening. Lee Brennan, it's a case of holding on to the ball on that far side. Young Daniel Donnelly, fine performance from him this evening. The Trillick subs are ready to rattle onto the pitch here. Back with Daly Tunney out that far side. It's a case of holding on to the ball. We've played the additional 2 minutes now. It's at Cahill Forbes' behest. Challenge comes in and gives a free kick. And Lee Brennan has possession of the ball. A wee bit of silliness going on there still in these latter stages, but it's all to do with frustration born out of the fact that they're about to hand over the O'Neill Cup once again. 18 years the last time that someone won back to back, and again that curse seems to remain. It's not easy.
I don't think it's a curse, Paddy. I think it's just the nature of the championship we have.
Yeah, just looking there, two of the calmest men in the park around the whole place. Jody Gormley and Peter McGandy, and another red card issued.
Yeah, just Errigal lost a bit of discipline towards this match here.
And I'm looking to see who it is. Who is way down the far side. We'll follow the play here though in these latter stages. I think it might be Kieran Quinn, maybe. And that is the final whistle, and Cahill Forest blows the final whistle, and Errigal Ciaran have been dethroned. It has finished. Trillick 113, Errigal Ciaran 13 points, and those young supporters. And Matty Donnelly, well, delight for him. It's been a tough year for him, and great to see former manager there, Nigel Senior, there in the mix there too, celebrating these occasions in the latter stages of the championship, still supporting the team. And what a moment for this Trillick side. Lost it in 2020 in a penalty shootout. That was heartbreak for them. They've struggled. They got beat by Dungannon in the championship last year. Wasn't right, and all of a sudden they're back here now and they've won the title.
Oh, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing and fantastic for Trillick. Absolutely delighted for them, for a club like Trillick that are so much steeped in tradition, and they've had a particularly hard week with the loss of Jerry Donnelly, and the Donnelly family would have felt that, the Trillick people would have felt that, and today those players have given that community a massive lift, and the club a massive lift, and the Donnelly family a great lift. But listen, the 30 deserved it. The better team on the day. They proved it in normal time, just couldn't hold out, but they come back in an extra time, and won the game well, and all credit to them. Errigal put a great fight up, but nobody can deny Trillick their title today.
There's no doubt about that, and a lot of people said that this Trillick side were not going to claim the title.
God, anybody ever says that about Trillick? This is one of the most traditional championship teams we have in Tyrone. Every year Trillick will go out and they'll fancy themselves to win a title, and they're the modest, underspoken team. They'll not talk about it, they'll keep their heads down, but they know deep down inside themselves they're a championship team. And as that championship got on this year, they get better and better and better. If we remember from the Loch McCrory game where they just go over the line, and today when they put a complete performance in for most of that normal time, and a really, really good overall performance from not just the 15 players that started, Paddy. The boys that come off the bench made a big difference today. Did fresh legs when they needed them there. They used their bench particularly well, especially in that time, bringing boys back in them of the normal match. Ryan Gray comes in from taking off, scores a point when required. But just generally, the attitude of Trillick, their determination, their game plan, and some outstanding individual performances as well.
Just looking there, it'll be an emotional day, no doubt, for the Donnelly family. Emotional day for the King family, of course. Pat was captain 40 years ago, in 1983, of course, as well. And son Shane, heavily involved now in Tyrone football refereeing, and no doubt he'll join me as a co-commentator somewhere along the line, maybe in the Ulster Championship. Which leads me to the question, the Ulster Club Championship. Tyrone teams have not a good record. It is because obviously the Tyrone Championship is so hard to win, Paddy.
It is, as Errigal last year put up a fantastic game against Glen in the Ulster Club. This year Trillick now will have a fortnight, dust themselves down. They'll have crossed McLean here, coming to Healy Park in a few weeks' time to see can Tyrone progress in that. And there's no reason why Trillick can't. I'd say if the boys get a bit of a break now, get a bit of time to themselves, and they'll be looking forward to something different, something new. And the fact that Errigal give it a good rattle next year may be something that other clubs want to aspire to do well in Ulster. But you go back to the point, our championship is so competitive here. These lads give so much to it. They also then have to give a big county year as well, and sometimes it becomes a priority just to win your county championship. It means so much to you. And then whether you go for Ulster or not, it's really up to the players and whether they have the motivation to go and do that.
It goes to prove how much it means when you see a community like Trillick out there. No doubt the lorry will be out tonight in Trillick Main Street as also safety goes out to won that, as it did way back in the 70s when they won that title way back in 74. There was men hanging off lorries, and I don't know how they survived it, but that's the way it is in Trillick, in a rural community where the football club is the hub.
Oh, it's an incredible town, Trillick and a surrounding area. You know, it's so steeped in football, and it goes back to those people that were prominent in the Trillick teams of the past. You know, if you think back to the great Trillick teams that won the championships with the Connollys, and as you mentioned, late Pat King and lots of those men, and that we grew up looking at and saying, you know, that we looked up in so much admiration to the Trillick teams. But all those younger Trillick players have been the same over the years. They've come back the next generation to go and try and do the same again. You see today with Richie Donnelly, you mentioned Matty Donnelly, look at the father Liam, and you know, and that's just the tradition they have in Trillick.
It's just interesting to see there Dan McDonald, of course, a key performer, shaking hands with every single Errigal player, and it's hard for those Errigal players. Peter O'McCartan there being consoled by family members there. It cannot be easy to come into a situation where you're the reigning champions. Very, very tough to go away defeated in a contest like this. And I see my good friend Mark Kavanagh there, his father Eamon, great friend of mine, and you know, it's tough for him. You know, he was coming into that there today hoping for back-to-back titles, and Paddy, it just goes to show the merit and the quality that Mark Hart talked about what this Tyrone Championship means to people and how difficult it is to win it. It's
absolutely, and you know, the Errigal boys that got it, they were looking at going back-to-back. They hadn't even looked at it. They were looking at winning the county title. That's all they were after.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
As a consequence of that, it is a back-to-back, and then you could look forward to Ulster. But they came up against a team today that are just equally determined to them, and you know, and got over the line against them. And the Errigal players are young. They have a lot of good players. They'll dust themselves down, and they'll come back at it again. There's nothing as sure as Errigal Ciaran. They're steeped, they're a very established championship-winning club, and they'll come back in the future. There's no doubt about that. They've good people around them that will be able to send them the right way too.
Absolutely, there'll be one man down there certainly delayed. That'll be Raymond Monteith, of course, as well. Raymond, great stalwart now, since he moved up that part of the world, of course. Former Oma man, and he certainly steeped in everything is good about Trillick. But you just see that literally the entire community of Trillick are out in that park there.
There'll not be a cow milked in Trillick this evening, Paddy.
I was going to say that. Paddy, from a point of view, obviously, of the Tyrone sides going forward, now Fintan are already through to the quarter-finals of the Ulster Club. Congratulations to them. Pomeroy are through, of course. They'll play here at O'Neill City Park as well on the 11th. So, you know, back-to-back games for them too here. That's going to give them a bit of confidence to be a good crowd at that.
Absolutely. You have Crossmaglen and Cullyhanna, two South Armagh teams coming up to play against Pomeroy and against Trillick. And the best is, you know, all those clubs are proud clubs. They're proud, and Pomeroy have a very good club tradition in Ulster. Like they've been down that road before, and lots of those players that would have played in that successful Pomeroy team will be back out playing next week again. So, or in 2 weeks' time. So Pomeroy will definitely fancy themselves the Ulster club a run. I know in Galway last year we had a great run in Ulster. It has done wonders for the people, for the club. The young people had a journey right through the Croke Park. Well, so I would say Pomeroy will be looking to replicate that this year.
I see Vivian Conley and Martin Sludden over there in the presentation area. We're about to see Rory Brennan lift the O'Neill's Cup, and there's Patsy Forbes handing over the top scorer award, of course, as well. Patsy, president of Tyrone, handing over the top scorer award there to Paul Donaghy. Of course, 1 goal and 21 points, and we'll follow that full presentation now over on the far side with Vivian Conley from Connollys of Moy and Martin Sludden. We'll keep an eye on that and hear the speeches. We'll be back in a few moments to get the wrap up here from O'Neill City Park. We'll also be hearing from the manager and the captain as well.
Again, on behalf of Tyrone GAA, a few thank yous here before the start here. I want to thank the man on the left here, Vivian Conley of the Moy. Vivian is sponsoring the Tyrone Championship there, and I'd like to thank him for his generosity. The Cahill Ford, the match referee, thank you. Tremendous performance, Cahill. Cahill, the referee, Jerry Jr., undefeated, and nice completed. Thank the referee and the senior this evening. I want to thank all the referees who come here, the referees, all the games, thank you to all the referees. I also thank everyone to thank the referees for running short every week. We need more referees to do it. And I thank the people to come out and support us and come to Hustle. For all the sub-committees, I want to thank you for all volunteering. I want to thank the CCC especially for the Share Cops and the Kent there, for all the work they do, and all those fellow members of the CCC. Really looking up there, secondly, the Trillick Club as well. And the chairman of the CCC, we have 20 years of volunteering that. I want to thank you all. To all the clubs who gave the drivers over here, especially those of them here, Connor's down here, talking to the here. I want to thank you, Connor, here again, who was tremendous work here on the microphone. To Errigal Ciaran, congratulations, you've been big champions to yourself. You're a young team, and there's no questions, you'll be back next year in the years to come. Plenty of youth coming through there. One Errigal who's not here today, and I want to wish them all the best. Ciaran McAleer, here at Connollys Hospital in Belfast, will lay into it. I want to wish Ciaran a speedy recovery. The Trillick take the Gardens, as the role models are put in a terrible position here in the junior college. Number 16, grade 2, ladies trophy there, 40 to go, and Connollys, better to say next time to the Lord, to say to the 40-10, to change you say next time to the Trillick. So I have to return a compliment to Errigal. Firstly, I just want to, on behalf of Crown GAA, sympathise to the Stanley family and the loss of Jerry. So Jerry was well known throughout the county as a player. He went on to be a chairman, so he did. A strong supporter of Errigal Ciaran. Jerry Donnelly was a volunteer, so he was. One other person there, who's currently not well in Canada, and Toronto, Canada, is Sean Hart, formerly at Block McCrory. Sean has done tremendous work out in Toronto with the GAA, so he has. A strong Block McCrory man, big supporter of Crown GAA, so he is. And wish Sean all the best, and hopefully a speedy recovery, so he has. The Trillick take the Gardens. Congratulations, unbelievable year, unbelievable year. The work that's shown there today was first class, and I want to wish you all the best and hope to come here against Crossford Lane yesterday 40th time. So Willis will present the wee cup, the only captain, really well, Toronto. It's honor, honor, privilege, and coordinating, and lucky, and so much Tom and Jerry, arrest! Firstly, I'd just like to thank Errigal for the great contest, for all the right to the way there. They've been phenomenal champions, and continue to bring the standards and push the levels through to new levels. We have no doubt we'll be on to hold again in the near future. Congratulations to Errigal Ciaran. The job board and his team and all the referees and officials for officiating their games to the highest standards throughout the championship. Thank you very much. For yet again providing such a great service to showcase their hard work and talent. Thank you. To the lady board,
burst of energy is.
You complete the head down year in, year out. Come on, Thomas, and all the club sponsors and junior members, we never want for anything. You provide us with everything we need to be the best version of ourselves. To all the coaches and volunteers to keep the conveyor belt going. And finally, moving on to our team, your staff men, Sean McCann and Peter Gallagher. Our physio, Owen Kelly, goalkeeper coach, Liam Swift, we're all on the same work. To Derek McKelly, we never want for anything this long hand. Thank you for everything you do for us. To the coaching team, you make an essay, Deputy Campbell, Peter McGinley, and the main man himself, Judy Orton. And without your knowledge and dedication, we won't be standing here champions. And to these men, stand here beside me, you the brothers, men who you know what they put in this, and today we reap the rewards of our hard work and commitment. We've trained, we've sweat, we've bled. 2 weeks ago, we let the rest a special man, a legend in our community, Jared Ciaran. We gave most of us the first taste of success. And instead of the hard work and grit we carry with us today, he was a man who epitomised the spirit of the Reds, and no doubt he's looking down on us, the pretty man today. Rest in peace, Jerry. And finally, to you, the tennis community, our family, friends, wives, and girlfriends, each one of you benefits your own in this success. I'm champion to celebrate with you today, family.
Yes, indeed. Great scenes there, and a lovely emotive touch from Rory Brennan to mention the late Jared Shap Donnelly, of course, a 5-time winner with this Trillick St McCartan's side, and nice to see Lee Brennan and Rory Brennan holding aloft the cup there together. Great performances from them this afternoon. Paddy Tally, before we let you go, Paddy, who's your man of the match?
I think Trillick has some fantastic performance. I thought Peter McKay did really, really well at full back. Rory Brennan was good, really good at centre back and played a sweeping role. Sean O'Donnell was always in the ball, next to the play, getting in the ball. Richie Donnelly scored really big points and needed him. Won a couple of very important balls in the middle of the field. And up front, Ryan Gray, after taking all, scored a point, was playing well. James Gardy himself. So to pick out one over anybody is quite difficult, but if there's one player stood out tonight, it's the Trillick captain. I thought Rory Brennan was outstanding from start to finish, and in the game towards the end, when they needed somebody to carry the game to Errigal, to take them over the line, he did it really well. But he marshaled the defence well. He snuffed out a lot of the play from Errigal. So my man of the match in the county final 2023 is Rory Brennan.
Well done, Rory Brennan. Thank you, Paddy, and thanks to all our analysts, of course, for joining us here during the Connollys of Moy Tyrone Senior, Junior and Intermediate Football Championships this year. It's been an absolute privilege bringing you coverage here on Tyrone GA TV. Thank you to Mac AV and all the guys involved in that, of course, as well. And great finally to see our good friend Niall Gormley there at 40 years of age in the background there. Won an All-Ireland medal this year with the Tyrone over 40s and still part of the Trillick squad. I suppose it epitomises what's good about the GAA. All the supporters out there gathered together, but for now it is Trillick who are the Tyrone Senior Football Champions, who'll be back here in a fortnight's time to take on Cross Midland in the Ulster Club Championship. As it's finished after extra time, Trillick St McCartan's won 13, Errigal Ciaran 13 points. We will hand to Jared Tracy on the sideline for some reaction. In the meantime, from me and Paddy, Slán.
Well, brilliant scenes down here, Paddy, just as the Trillick players lift the cup up above me, high up on the Healy Park stand. The Trillick crowd all around me, enjoying every second of this. A wonderful atmosphere, and I'm joined by two, well, delighted joint managers, or managers and assistant, it should be, I think, Jody Gormley and Peter McGinnity. First of all, Jody, heartiest congratulations. That was a magnificent day for Trillick St. McCartans.
It was. We knew coming into this game that we were facing stiff competition and we were going to have to bring our A game. I think the boys showed out there that all the preparation, all the hard work done over the year, it was needed, every last bit of it.
There was some work put in because your fitness levels were outstanding.
There was, and a lot of credit for that goes to Decky Campbell. Did a serious amount of work with those boys over the winter, and the players, I mean, they did everything that was asked of them, so yeah, we're delighted.
A lot of people had Errigal as very strong favourites coming in here, but you showed that, you know, your resolution, your resilience, your determination, character, everything that was needed to win that game, you showed it in bucket loads there this afternoon.
Yeah, we had a lot of good opponents on the way to this game. We were certainly road tested, we were pushed every step of the way, and again today, and I think that served us very well. We knew we could go to the wire. Possibly Errigal didn't have the same level of competition as we had, so we were confident coming into this game that we had our work done.
Peter, you came in along with Jody, taking over the reins this year. You've won another Tyrone Championship as a manager or assistant. You must be absolutely thrilled.
Well, I'm absolutely thrilled for the leg of Jody here, who has put so much work into it this year. It's incredible. For me, it's a great honour to be asked to come in to help out Trillick. And if I have done that, I'm more than happy, that's for sure.
I've seen you taking yourself away down to the far end of the pitch for a fair bit of the game, focusing, concentrating. Was that deliberate? You were fairly distant from this man for a while.
Well, if he wanted to get in touch with me, he certainly would have done that. No, I was just stalking around the defenders, just keeping myself busy.
Yeah. And what pleased you most about that performance this afternoon?
Well, funny, it was two halves, I suppose. We had a brilliant half, some brilliant defending, some getting back. The fact we didn't concede any goals was vital, actually. But the sheer work rate and the effort of the boys, it's a credit to them. It's a credit to Jody and Decky, the shape they're in and the commitment they have.
That work rate was exemplified by, I think I counted 6 really, really significant blocks in the game. It's not a skill we see too much of, but this afternoon, 6 times crucial blocks by your team.
Well, Peter takes full credit for that. The first 3 months of training we did nothing else, only block. So it paid off. We've been waiting all year for a block, and it came at the right time.
And did you pick up on that on a serious note? Because it was something I certainly picked up on, the number of blocks.
But then again, some of these players, like Scuba for example, he fucking puts his body on the line time and time again. One of the best club players I have come across. Well, and I'd have to include Rory Brennan in that as well. I wouldn't want to run out of fingers counting them. But no, we talked about defence wins games, forwards decide by how much. And I must say, every single one of those Trillick players is a defender when asked to do so.
And look, you've alluded to it, Peter. It was a game of two halves. Really, you have to give credit to Errigal that threw everything at it and recovered the game. What was the form when you went in at full time?
Well, I suppose the fact that Trillick had been here before in this championship, we know what extra time is going to be like. Granted, I have to say, Errigal had a brilliant second half, and we were a bit worried. But Jody pulled it together when we were in at the end of normal time, and we showed them. We came out and got 2 or 3 points ahead right away, and that gave us the confidence to keep playing.
Conceded the first point in extra time. Were you concerned because you came back in magnificent form, and Richie Donnelly in particular in that first period of extra time? Absolutely incredible leadership, Jody. Yeah,
I mean, we're very fortunate in this group. We've got leaders right throughout the squad. Even the likes of Matty that has been out injured, and Mickey Gallagher, they still played a massive role for us over the course of this campaign. And we're not finished yet.
Oh, well, you've Ulster now, you've Cross Midland to look forward to.
We have, and it's something we really will look forward to. We felt this game was another step in the development of this team, so hopefully, that's the way it pans out. 3 titles in 9 years, just reward for this group of players. They've been magnificent, and a fitting tribute to Shep Donnelly. I think it's an excellent tribute to Shep. It absolutely is. A stalwart of the club. Coached me at underage level, suppose coached nearly everybody at underage level, and his massive contribution to this club. So I think we served his memory well today. Certainly did. One man I'm going to bring in here beside me is Rory Brennan. Rory, heartiest congratulations, Rory.
Thank you very much. Can't put into words, can't describe that.
What is it like to stand up there in front of the Trillick faithful here and lift the O'Neill Cup?
It's a dream come true from your no age. That's an honour and privilege to represent these boys, but it really is just a dream that you dream of from no age. Like, and to do that and to do it in the fashion we did is something else. It's special.
Talk to me about the game. You came into it as underdogs, but I'm sure that you talked about that and that suited you. The bookies had you at what, something like 9-2 or something like that?
Aye, look, we've come into every game this year as underdogs, and a team as good as Errigal Ciaran, with the quality they have up front, we were always going to be coming in as underdogs, and you know that just gave us that wee bit more drive. We knew that if we brought our A game and we worked hard, that we'd push it right to the wire, and thankfully a few things clicked for us. They got their purple patch just before full time and put on a serious press, but we reacted really well in extra time. Some of the boys stood up, like Ritchie there, Ciaran, I could name 15 men, really stood up to the plate and took the fight to them, and that's what made the difference in the end.
The fitness of this team is incredible, Rory. Talk to us about that.
Aye, look, here, Jody's he's a fitness freak himself. The man's still in great shape, and he's come in and he's done a great job. All the coaching team, Declan Campbell, Peter McGinnity, Ewan McGinnespie, you know, they've all come in and added their bit, and the boys are in phenomenal shape. We were running around, thankfully now we've our floodlit pitch, but we were running around the start of the year with headlamps, and look, it's all paying off now. Yeah, and I said earlier, and you mentioned it in your speech, a fitting tribute to a wonderful GA and Gael, Jerry Shep Donnelly. Look, as I said, he was a special man to all of us. He coached us all. You know, he put that grit and steel into it, and look, it was a tough couple of weeks for the club. He was a man that, as I said, epitomised the spirit of the Reds. You know, when he played, he was a hardy man, and he gave everything for the Reds jersey, and we're glad that we could just win this for him today. Celebrations tonight, and then refocus and cross Midland in a couple of weeks' time. That's it. Look, we'll celebrate tonight. It's been 4 years since we've had the O'Neill Cup, so we'll definitely celebrate in fashion tonight, and we'll regroup and give it a lash. 3 titles in 9 years. It's not a bad return. Not bad. Yeah, not bad. And captain today makes it extra special. It's very special, yeah. Thank you. Right, you and enjoy, and thanks a million for joining us, Rory. Cheers. All right. Thanks. Thank you. So there you are, that's the voice of Rory Brennan with us here on Tyrone GA TV. Another championship, I suppose, comes to a conclusion, and the Tyrone Championship never fails to deliver. An absolutely brilliant final, intermediate final here last night. Congratulations to Pomeroy. Congratulations also to Fintona on winning their junior title. But today it's all about Trillick St McCartans. Another title, I think that's their 9th in their history, their 3rd in the last 9 years. A terrific achievement for this group of players. And they will now look forward to their tussle with Crossmaglen in a couple of weeks' time here in Healy Park. But from all of us here involved in Tyrone GA TV, there's far too many to mention, but I have to give particular mention to the guys behind the cameras, the guys that have produced these programmes for the last 7 weeks, from when we started way back in Taddyray many weeks ago. That's the team from Mac AV. They've been with us all the way and have put out these broadcasts in superlative fashion, and I'm sure everybody across the world will appreciate the service that they have provided. So a big thank you to them. Also a big thank you to all the commentators, Paddy Hunter in particular, of course, who done today's final, Damien Harvey also behind the mic. I'm sure I've missed out 1 or 2, Colin Martin as well, and all the contributors for the analysis along with the commentators. At short notice, a lot of them have been called in and done a wonderful job, and we thank them for their contribution throughout this season. We thank also to the clubs that facilitated us across the county over the last 7 weeks, and finally thanks to the Tyrone County Board for bringing this service to everybody. Gaels in Ireland, Gaels across the world, I'm sure they really enjoy this service. So from myself, Jerry Tracy, on behalf of the rest of the team, I thank you for joining us throughout this past 7 weeks. We've certainly enjoyed bringing this to you. We've certainly enjoyed today's final. Finally, congratulations to Trillick on their victory today. But from all the team involved in this broadcast, it's Slán go fóill.